popping, touchdown scoring. Touchdown! We're your home of high school football. The Team.
And welcome out to Stoker Stadium. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost. And it is time for the black and blue game. We're underway already. 5 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. We're scoreless. Fruita down deep into Junction territory inside the 30. Turned it over on downs. The Tigers have it for their first possession. Will Applegate on second and long. Hands off, and his back is stuffed by the big Fruita defensive line. Let's get you the starting lineups for the Tigers. Quarterback Will Applegate, 6'4", 240. And a senior. His center is Alex Guerrero, 5'11", 225, and a junior. Left guard, Jay Nowens. Left tackle, Isaac Baca. Right guard is Jack Banks. Right tackle is Eli Schultz. Two wide receivers, Landon Pruitt and Mason Anderson, both seniors. Two running backs, the junior, Matthias Martinez, and the sophomore, Dusty Harris. We'll get you Fruita's defensive starters as we go along here, but it is 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. Three wide receivers bunched tight to the right. Applegate runs the option to the far sideline, pitches it to Noah Watkins, who stopped for no gain, and it'll bring up 4th down for the Tigers. Fruita Monument's defense along the front, Sean Franzen, the senior, younger brother Caleb Franzen, the sophomore, Cash Ortega and Hunter Gilliland in the middle, a junior and senior respectively. Three linebackers, Tatum Williams, Luke Ulrey, and Corbin Davis. Davis the junior, the other two are seniors. 4 defensive backs on the corners, Landon Phillips and Max Unrein. Safeties, Jackson Vertiz on the strong side. Free safety is Bodie Miller. Grand Junction will step back to punt. Rylan Mulvey at his own 18. He'll keep it on the fake. He's got some room right up the near seam. He makes a man miss, dives towards midfield. There's a flag well behind the play. We'll see if this one comes back or not, but Rylan Mulvey gains enough for a first down, gets 19 yards on 4th and long. He had that inside his own 20, got out to midfield, but Chuck, there's a penalty behind the play, and the hands on the helmets for the Tigers tell you all you need to know.
Yeah, I think we got a hold back there, and it's too bad. It was perfectly set up, you know, as a rollout kicker. Hey, if that corner's open, coaches say read it, and if it's open, run. And again, great execution at a crucial time in the game, and just can't have penalties like that in big games.
First penalty we've seen so far tonight. Fruita Monument picked up 3 first downs, went 2 for 4 on 3rd down on their first drive. But now Grand Junction at 4th and 15 from their own 23-yard line. Mulvey back to punt. Landon Phillips to return for the Wildcats. Mulvey, a low line drive, not a particularly great punt. Bounces off a couple of players, one of them being his long snapper, Colton Music, the younger brother of Austin Music, but fallen on by the Wildcats punter and kicker, Corbin Davis, as it struck him in the leg as well. That was a live football, and Grand Junction turns it over.
So Fruita's taking over the ball right about where Mulvey got tackled on the fake punt, and just missed opportunity for the Tigers.
Fruita starting at their own 45-yard line. Cooper Rowell, under center, keeps it himself after the fake, gets 9 yards into Grand Junction territory. Wildcat offense, Cooper Rowell, the junior, under center. Braden Searsma is his center. Thad Montez, the right guard. Braden Karnberg, the right tackle. Damian Hoover, left guard. Sean Franzen is the left tackle. Carson Weddle is your wide receiver. Evan Ambrose and Max Unrein are your tight ends. Chris Bennett and Tavian Trujillo are your running backs. 2 wide receivers split to the near side. Phillips in the slot. Unrein split wide. Turn and hand it to the fullback. First man through. Pounds through the line of scrimmage and gets the first down. And that is going to be Tavian Trujillo for the Wildcats.
Just great job execution on the trap play. Good push up front. Get the fullback up. Get the first down. And that's what Fruita does. Just keep pounding the ball up the middle and first down after first down.
We were talking as we were off the air here. Right now, Durango leads Palisade 32-14, Chuck. But you were out watching the Fruita Monument Legend game, and just the 5A speed is something that Fruita has been struggling with, and they look a lot more well-matched with the team they're facing tonight. Rowell having to keep it on a kind of a scramble drill, and he gets tracked down by a host of Tigers. Among them, you have Xavier Chavez and A.J. Slaughter. Tigers defensively across the front, Jaden Martinez, Alex Martinez, a couple of seniors, Dalton Dimmick and Waver Posner, all four seniors across the front. Two linebackers, seniors, Mason Langland, Austin Music, and two seniors in the secondary, Jacob Siegfried along with Xavier Chavez. Rylan Mulvey and A.J. Slaughter are the lone junior starters for the Tigers defense. Rowell hands it off to the back. A dive ahead for 3 yards for Trujillo, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Wildcats. A group of Wildcats that have never lost and a group of Tigers that have never won in this black and blue game.
Yeah, Fruita just, again, the speed of it, the way they're running their offense just look really good right now. They're in a good spot with the momentum and the continuity of their offense.
5A, just a different animal on the front range. Rowell under center. Turns, hands it to Trujillo. Tavian weaves his way forward, dives across the 32 to the 31, and it looks like that is enough for a first down. It indeed is. The Wildcats' 3rd conversion on 5 third downs. They're going to eyeball it, and our official says it is first down. That's Tom Motes under the white hat. Taylor Schultz, Rich Antonio, Brandon Boehner, and Lou Brown are officiating crew. We mentioned Durango leads Palisade 32-14. Right now in Montrose, the Redhawks lead the Warriors, the Central Warriors, by a score of 8-0. Turn and hand it to the deep back. There is Rowell. Ball comes out late, but well down was Chris Bennett, and he is down for a gain of 5, almost 6. Fruita Monuments won 8 straight in this rivalry in the Max Preps era, dating back to 2004. The Wildcats are 10-9 in 19 meetings. Of course, the 2020 meeting was scrubbed due to the COVID pandemic. 2nd down and 4. Fruita Monument turns, hands it to Trujillo. Trujillo is just absolutely pounded by Will Applegate, the quarterback / middle linebacker for the Tigers. Will 6'4", 240, and a senior.
Yeah, Fruit looks completely different than they did that 0-week game, and again, a couple weeks of practice under your belt, but the speed at which they're doing things and the pace of their offense looks good.
Cooper Rowell takes it, runs a little Eagles homage tush push into the Western Slope Auto red zone. The gain of 5 yards is another first down for the Wildcats.
So this is what we're used to seeing with Fruita, just a power offense, run the football, dominate the line of scrimmage. Junction's got to get an answer here for them. Got to stop them on win. You got to win 1st and 2nd down to put them in long yardage situations, but Fruita right now doing exactly what they traditionally do.
And that is the last play of the first quarter. Here through 1 quarter of play, we're scoreless on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard. We'll take a break and come back with more Western Colorado High School football from Stoker Stadium on the Team Sports Network, presented by Ken Richards, State Farm Insurance. Call Ken for a quote at 243-1000.
FCI Constructors knows it takes teamwork to get the job done. From building a winning sports program to providing quality commercial construction for our growing Grand Valley. They're proud of the contributions they've made to our community over the years through high-quality projects and community engagement. FCI employs 128 Mesa County residents, and they contribute to over 200 local nonprofit organizations. To learn more about FCI Constructors, visit their website at fciol.com.
You asked for it?
We did it.
It's the sizzling hot days of summer, so More Storage is having a customer appreciation sale. Right now, 10 to 20% off stock-built storage sheds and 5 to 10% off of custom or on-site storage buildings. If you need more storage, you need to get to More Storage while the selection is best. More Storage, 3010 I-70 Business Loop or morestorage.com.
You'll like the way we do business
At More Storage Cells.
This is Western Slope High School football on the Team.
Welcome back to Stoker Stadium. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost. Fruita Monument taking on Grand Junction in the black and blue game. Tigers won the toss, deferred. Fruita Monument on their second drive into the Western Slope Auto red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Cooper Rowell keeps it, sprinting to the near sideline, won't get the corner. He'll be dropped there. A good open field tackle made by Jacob Siegfried, the cornerback over there for the Tigers. Nice gain for Rowell as he gains about 6 yards, but good stop there by Siegfried as he didn't have a lot of help behind him.
No, he didn't. He was a one-man show out there.
Rowell turns, and they're going to lose the football, but it looked like Cooper Rowell was able to dive back on top of it. As we were watching that first drive, Chuck, that Fruita Monument's handoff just doesn't seem to be as sharp as it has in games past.
And it seems like when they're giving it to the fullback, and I don't know if he's hitting the hole too fast or what, but it's that first back through that seems to give him the problems.
Fruita has that very tight formation. The back's not very deep off the line of scrimmage, and sometimes that screws with the timing just a little bit. Split out wide is Judah Ellis to the left. 2 tight ends, 2 backs for Rowell. Cooper turns, hands it to Trujillo. Tavian outruns a defensive lineman before he's met in the hole at about the 10-yard line. With a bead on him is Alex Martinez, but the big senior defensive lineman couldn't track down the shifty running back, the senior for the Wildcats, and it'll bring up 4th down and short inside the 10.
And this is a situation that Fruita loves to be in, 4th and short with the push they get up front.
They go ahead and get right back to the line of scrimmage. Rowell shucks off a couple of tacklers and doesn't break the third. A touchdown-saving tackle made right there out on the outside. That looks like that's Waver Posner, the senior defensive end. He's the one that kept Rowell out of the end zone as Cooper kind of shucked through a pair of Tigers at the point of attack.
And there was nobody covering the center. Quarterback sneak would have been easy to take because they didn't have anybody covering the center.
It's a 1st down, 1st and goal from the 4. Wildcats into the I formation. Ellis split to the near side, wide side of the formation. Far hash for Rowell. Under center, turns, hands it to the deep back, lowering his shoulders. Chris Bennett, and he pounds it in from 4 yards away. And Fruita draws first blood in the black and blue game. They lead 6-0 on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard on a 4-yard plunge by Chris Bennett. For Bennett on the season, that is his 2nd rushing touchdown, and the Wildcats are up 6-0.
Yeah, just, again, good push, good established the line of scrimmage, big hole for him to run through, barely got touched, and that's what Fruita does, 40 or 55-yard drive, and never had to put the ball in the air and just methodically move the ball down the field.
Corbin Davis's PAT is good, and Fruita leads by a score of 7-0 on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard. We'll take a break and be back with more Western Colorado High School football on the Team Sports Network, presented by Ken Richards, State Farm Insurance. Get a quote from Ken at covermeken.com.
Open up the income potential on your properties. You can have your property make you money each and every month. Team up with Skyrun Rentals and they'll make the whole process easy and enjoyable. Skyrun is the expert when it comes to renting your properties. Let them take care of the scheduling, guests, and marketing of your home. Skyrun will make sure that your property is reaching the highest income potential it can. Visit the Skyrun rental professionals at grandjunction.skyrun.com and get your free income evaluation of your property.
grandjunction.skyrun.com, where the sky's the limit.
Football. The best Western Slope High School football coverage is on the Team.
10:04 left to go in the half here at Stoker Stadium. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost, and very few seats still available on the far side for Grand Junction. I can imagine the near side underneath us is full of Fruita Monument blue and white. Wildcats lead the Tigers 7-0. Tigers looking to take home our black and blue trophy for the first time. We've only had the trophy for 7 years, and the Wildcats have won it each and every year. Game has been contested a lot longer than that, however. Davis boots it away, and that one's going to warble over Noah Watkins' head into the end zone for a touchback. Grand Junction will take over at their own 20, as we mentioned. Fruita Monuments won 8 straight against the arch-rival Tigers, but before that, the Tigers had gone on a run of 9-2 from 2004 to 2014. So Fruita Monuments done a lot of work to even it up here in the Max Preps era. Over the winning streak for the Wildcats, they've outscored Grand Junction 279 to 57. Two wide receivers to the quarterback's right, top of the formation for Will Applegate. Turns, hands it to the lone running back. That is Noah Watkins, pushing, shoving, fighting, digging. Gets 3 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd and 7. Actually, take that back. That was not Noah Watkins. That was Matthias Martinez, the junior. 187 yards on the season. He is the team's leading rusher.
Yeah, and Junction's got to establish something here. They got to get a drive going. They've got to get some points, because this is what Fruta does. They get ahead of you, and then they wear you out, and then they just take up the clock and don't give you a chance to run your offense.
There's 9.5 minutes left to go in the half, and Junction's run, this is their 5th play. Applegate drops back, surveys, now pulls it down, runs to the near side. Plenty of green turf in front of him, and he scampers out of bounds at the 35. That is a gain of 11 by Big Will Applegate, the quarterback for the Grand Junction Tigers. That's a first down for the Tigers, their first of the evening.
Yeah, and broke contain, didn't set the edge out there on the pass rush, went inside, left it wide open, and that's an easy decision for Will Applegate. He's a big, strong kid, and if I'm a safety, I'm not too big a hurry to run and make a hit on him.
We'll split two wide receivers to the top of the formation. Offset eye behind Applegate. Turn, and they pitch it. That is Watkins. Pushes his blocker out of the way. Cuts back up the seams. Got some running room. Cuts back to the inside. Gets a couple of Wildcats to run into each other. Got one man to beat. He tries to juke Landon Phillips, then stumbles down at the 32-yard line. That is going to be a 33-yard gain for Noah Watkins, as all he had to do was get around Landon Phillips, and he tried kind of the stutter step, and the turf monster got him.
And great job. Sweep outside, and then he puts his foot in the ground and makes one cut to get upfield and cut back against the grain. Fantastic design and great run.
He used a Fruta pursuer to block Corbin Davis for him, who happens to be another Wildcat. Pruitt, Weber, and Anderson split wide to the right. Near hash for Applegate. Will rolls right, looking, still looking. Still looking, now throws it down the field. A crossing pattern there, hauled in at the 14-yard line. That is Drew Marsh, the tight end from the near side. He's going to pick up 18 on the play, and nobody's moving forward, so it looks like we're going to have a flag. We do have a flag at the 30-yard line.
And usually that's thrown where you got an illegal man down. Oh, it's going to be against Fruta.
Looks like it's against Fruta Monument, and they gave that's a defensive holding penalty. They had the three wide receivers working from the near side, or from the right side, all bunched over there. And I don't think Drew Marsh was the intended receiver, Chuck. He just happened to be the underneath guy.
Yeah, and he just came open late, and good patience by Applegate. You know, a lot of quarterbacks will put their head down and run. He didn't have much there, but just great patience and threw a strike right there to Marsh.
It's a guy who's playing in his 4th black and blue game is Will Applegate. Two wide receivers near sideline. Will turns, hands it to Martinez. Matthias, 2 hands on the football, weaves his way inside the 10. And deep into the Western Slope Auto red zone go the Tigers. 2nd down, and it'll be 6 from the 9-yard line.
Yeah, this is the drive that Junction needs to, get some momentum again. We talked about they only had 5 offensive plays, and Fruta tries to shorten the game on you with their offense. So they got to finish this with points, with a touchdown to match Fruta, but this is exactly what they need to get back in the football game.
Applegate trots in from the sideline with the play, splits 2 wide receivers right, Pruitt and Anderson. Anderson in the slot. Far hash. Turns, hands it to the back. Martinez popped right in the hole. Luke Ulrey came flying through and stood up, his running back, and absolutely stopped his momentum. That'll be a gain of a yard for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's exactly how you fill a hole as a linebacker. Just meet him right there, keep your feet moving, stand him up, and start pushing him backwards.
I think you could hear the from the running back on that play. Dusty Harris will check out. Joseph Salazar checks in. Another senior, very senior-laden group for the Tigers. Tigers off to their best start in 11 years at 3-0. Knocking on the door here, but it's a 3rd and 5 from the 8. Applegate drops straight back, wide open into the end zone. Touchdown, Grand Junction Tigers. Drew Marsh from 8 yards out. And Junction is a PAT away from tying this game up at 7 on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard.
Just let the tight end go right up the seam, or the slot receiver go right up the seam, a little fake right there, and he was wide open.
And Applegate finds Drew Marsh. Applegate on the season, that is his 6th passing touchdown. Rylan Mulvey's PAT goes wide to the right, and so Fruita Monument keeps a slim advantage with 6:55 left to go in the half. 7-6 Fruita Monument here at Stoker Stadium. More Western Colorado high school football on the way next on the Team Sports Network. Presented by Ken Richards, State Farm Insurance. Call Ken for a quote at 243-1000.
At Credit Union of Colorado, banking doesn't have to be like this.
Big national banker here to let you know we are increasing fees again. Now, some people will say they are hidden fees, and if I had my choice, I'd hide them. But I guess that's not legal. So for now, please reference line 572 on page 36 for all new fees this month.
At Credit Union of Colorado, we have better interest rates, seamless mobile banking, and no hidden fees, ever. Credit Union of Colorado. Honestly, good. Learn more at honestlygood.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
1340 KTMF Grand Junction, 101.1 FM K266CE Grand Junction, 102.1 FM K271AE Grand Junction Delta.
Welcome back to Stoker Stadium. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost. Drew Marsh's 2nd receiving touchdown of the season caps an 80-yard drive for the Grand Junction Tigers as they went right down the field against Fruita's defense. It's 7-6. Kickoff in the air by Mulvey, hauled in by Phillips at his own 12. Landon weaves his way into the pile. Flag comes flying in. Football comes loose. Landon grabs it and is dropped by A.J. Schlachter at the 28-yard line. We'll see what the penalty is.
Great response by the Tigers. You know, they had 3 offensive plays, and Fruita gets the big long drive, but great response by the Tigers to cap off that touchdown drive and keep them in the game.
It's a holding penalty on Fruita Monument. That'll be the first accepted penalty by the Tigers, or by the Wildcats, accepted by the Tigers, and it'll push Fruita back inside their own 20. They'll get started at their own 18. By far, either team's worst starting field position of the night. So the Wildcats lead 7-6 and come out for their 3rd possession. I formation behind Cooper Rowell. Turns, hands it off to the I back. That is Tavian Trujillo. Bowls his way forward outside the 20 to the 22. A gain of 4 on first down for the Wildcats. Coming out from the bottom of that pile, Austin Music and Alex Martinez. Back to the line of scrimmage are the Wildcats. Rowell turns, hands that, actually keeps it, spins away from a tackler, gets up the field outside the 30 to the 31, and that'll be a gain of 9 as Rowell just kind of weaved his way through the Tigers' defense, and Fruita Monument's going hurry up. 6 offensive linemen for the Wildcats. They turn and hand it to Bennett at the fullback position. He gets out to the 35, stopped there for a gain of 4.
Yeah, Fruita just controlling the line of scrimmage right now, getting pushed, 4 yards a pop.
Rowell turns and hands that one off to Trujillo. Tavian outside the 48, almost 49. Actually, they'll mark him back at the 49, a gain of 4. The Wildcats trying to get whoever that 6th offensive lineman is out there.
And again, nothing fancy here, just double tight, 1 wide out, and we're going to just push around and move the football.
Turn and hand it to Bennett. Bennett breaks through a tackle. Schlachter comes up and hauls him down. But on 3rd and short, the Wildcats pick up another first down. And the offensive lineman out there, I believe it is Caleb Franzen, maybe is the 4th lineman, or the 6th lineman, as it were.
Applegate did a great job of filling the hole and taking on the fullback, but just enough of a seam there to bounce to the outside by Bennett and picked up the first down.
Now back to the traditional 5 lineman set for the Wildcats. I formation, Rowell under center. Little misdirection. He rolls out to the near sideline, gets a nice block. Cooper pulls it down, keeps it himself, and will step out of bounds right at midfield after a gain of 7. He was looking down the field for Judah Ellis, but coverage out there by Siegfried.
Just
hoping, no daylight.
Yeah, just hoping to catch the cornerback peeking in the backfield and cheat up a little bit, one-man route, and it's either throw it deep or run the football. But good job by the Junction corner not to get fooled.
2nd and 7 for the Wildcat, or rather 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3 from midfield. Ellis, the wide out, turns and hand it to Bennett. Bennett, lucky to hold on to that one as well, gets inside the 45 to the 43. That is a gain of 7 and another first down for the Wildcats. They're just winning the battle of the trenches so far when they have the ball. Jumbo look, another offensive lineman in. Rowell keeps it, gets inside the 40 to the 39.
Yeah, again, just doing a great job of getting push up front. Again, 3 or 4 yards, and that's all they want. It's, we got a penalty flag here.
Now we got a late penalty, and don't know if this is going to be a sideline warning or a verbal penalty. And was that unsportsmanlike conduct, the flapping of the wings?
Yes, that is unsportsmanlike conduct. I believe it's on number 22 for Junction down here, Siegfried. Him and the wideout from Fruita.
They got tangled up.
45 got Ellis got tangled up, and I think instead of letting it carry over to the next play, I think he
kept John.
Yeah.
And that's a first down for the Wildcats. 15 yards gets them down to the 26-yard line. 2 tight ends, Davis and Miller. 2 backs. Ellis split wide to the left. Rowell turns, hands it off, and that is going to be best defensive play of the night for the Tigers as Bennett is stopped in the backfield, and that's Rylan Mulvey coming in and getting him for a stop of 1. Mulvey on the field a lot. He's kicker, punter. See him out there offensively at times. Linebacker or safety for the Tigers.
Mulvey did a great job of taking on the trap block and just filling the hole.
Rowell runs, keeps it himself, and he's going to be dropped there by a couple of Martinez's, Alex and the defensive end, Jaden Martinez. It gets back inside the original line of scrimmage, give him a gain of 2, and it's 3rd and long. So after the penalty, Fruita is now set up at 3rd and long, 2 plays later with 3:20 and counting left to go in the half.
And again, this is what Junction needs to do. This is how you beat Fruita, is you got to put them in long yardage situation here. They're not great throwing the football. They're not real creative throwing the football, and this is not where they want to be.
2 wide receivers to the near side, I formation. Bennett sent in motion. Rowell drops back, and this one's going to be blown dead. Rowell gets rid of it, but takes a hit from Aiden Boss, and this one is going to be blown dead. It may be a motion penalty on the Wildcats.
Yep, false start.
False start on the Wildcats.
Junction shows pressure, and the guys up front just kind of flinched a little bit. But again, this is not Fruita's strength. This is not what they like to do here. Is drop back and throw the football. So this is exactly what Junction needed to do to stop the drive and put them in a situation where they're uncomfortable.
So 3rd down and long, 14 at the Tigers' 30. Unrein, split wide, Phillips in the slot. Turn and hand it, they'll run the option. Chris Bennett gets the pitch and then tries to cut back up the field and falls down at the 26. That's back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know they're thinking, hey, let's get half of this back and we'll go for it on 4th down. And now they're going to bring out, appears to be a long field goal, or I wouldn't imagine you'd punt this.
Looks like they're bringing out the T spotter. Yeah. So this is going to be a 43-yard field goal for Corbin Davis. Davis on the season for the Wildcats. This will be his first field goal attempt. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it's tailing left. It's going to come up short and to the left, so they miss a field goal and turn it over to the Tigers. But the ball goes into the end zone, so Grand Junction will start back at their own 20.
Yeah, great job defensively there. Again, they got the stop on first down and then didn't give up a big play on second down, got the penalty, and just great job by the Tigers there defensively, doing what they need to do to keep that Wildcat offense in check.
Now it's a good drive, or good opportunity here for the Tigers. You have 1:48 left to go in the half. And you get
all 3 timeouts.
They have all 3 timeouts. Fruita Monument's got 2 of their own, but they also will get the ball to start the second half. You can get that old Bill Belichick wraparound score.
Yeah, double dip here.
Landon McKee and the Tigers.
Talk about, in college football, they talk about winning the middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the second quarter and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. So probably more of a middle 6 here in high school football.
Got trips bunched tight to the formation's right. Applegate in the shotgun. Will drops straight back. Good protection. Wheel route. Throws it out to Noah Watkins. Noah makes the grab and gets spun out of bounds out there by the corner, Jackson Vertez, actually the safety for Fruita Monument, but just what the Tigers ordered there. It's a pickup of 16 yards out of bounds, stops the clock, and took just 6 seconds.
Actually, Marsh was open further down the field. I think if he throws it to Marsh, he might have a chance to take it to the distance on the wheel route.
Marsh splits out to the near side. Mason Anderson, the wide out. Isaac Martinez in the slot. Receiver to the top of the formation. Applegate runs the option to the near side. Watkins gets the pitch, and he cuts it up the field. He's going to be kept in bounds and get about 2 yards on the play.
He's got to try to get out of bounds there so you can save a timeout. You're that close to the sideline. You don't have much there. Just try to get out of bounds and save yourself a couple seconds and a timeout.
And Landon McKee indeed uses that timeout. It's 2nd and 9. Minute 31 left to go. We'll go ahead and just keep it right here. Coming up at the half, we'll send you back to the team sports desk. Nate Andrews will get you wrapped up on the score down in Durango. Last score we had was the Demons leading the Palisade Bulldogs 32-14 in the fourth quarter. And right now down at Montrose, it's the Red Hawks homecoming game, and they lead Central by a score of 15-0. That one going on down there as well. And it is a final from Durango. The Demons beat the Palisade Bulldogs by a score of 32-14. So Palisade now drops back to 2-2 on the season. And they'll be back here next week as they will take on the Central Warriors in the War Dog Trophy game. And right now, we just got an updated score from Montrose. It is 22-0 Red Hawks. Tigers break the huddle. Applegate in the shotgun. Wildcats put on pressure. Will throws that one out of play. Just a little bit too far for Landon Pruitt. Good job there by Fruita Monument, bringing pressure, not just sitting back in a prevent. Applegate had to surrender yardage and throw off of his back foot.
Yeah, good job just getting pressure again, attacking Applegate, not getting into prevent off our defense, and just keep the foot on the throttle.
3rd down and 9 for the Tigers from their own 37-yard line. Split 3 wide receivers to the formation's right, tight side of the field as the Tigers work from the far hash. Applegate drops back, looks near sideline, floats it, has Marsh. Marsh has a step on Davis. Drew, it comes to the near sideline and then is leveled by Landon Phillips. There are 2 flags and 2 hats as that one, Phillips hit Drew Marsh. That one was very close to being a late hit out of bounds. He hit him high near the helmet and then stood over him, jawing and flexing, and 3 flags and 2 hats. There's definitely going to be significant discipline here, and Phillips is brought off the field, and he's being talked to by at least 2 coaches right now.
So they are going to call a late hit out of bounds, and it was right. It was close, but he did hit him, and then he taunted him right there. So when the officials don't have flags, they throw their hats. So I'm sure both fouls are going to be on Phillips, and we're going to have a late hit out of bounds, and then we're going to have taunting.
And both of those get tacked on. One's a live ball, one's a dead ball. And if you do any more than that, I think you have to start taking off shoes if you're the officials.
Yeah, and I mean, there was, like you said, 3 or 4 flags and 3 or 4 hats, and it wasn't a surprise to anybody. Every official saw it, and just mistakes you can't have right now. Minute 19 left, and you're up by 1.
And Marsh popped up and got off the field under his own power, jogged all the way across. And so they're going to tack on both penalties. So on the gain, you had
it's a 23-yard gain.
23-yard gain, and then 30 yards of penalty yardage. Gets the Tigers into the Western Slope Auto red zone at the 12.5-yard line.
And it was a great pass by Applegate with the touch on there to Marsh.
Just floated
the defender.
it.
Yeah, great touch on that pass.
And they convert on third down. Their first time converting on third down tonight. That was just their second play ran on third down. Applegate looking, surveys, wide open over the middle again is Drew Marsh. And Marsh has his second touchdown catch of the night. This one a 13-yard reception, and the Tigers pull in front on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard 12-7.
Just blown coverage. I don't know who you lose track of him, but again, Applegate doing a good job of kind of keeping play alive, surveying the field, buying a little time with a little half rollout, and Marsh is open right there in the end zone, nobody around him at all. Couldn't get any easier.
Second touchdown catch of the quarter for Drew Marsh. Actually, less than 6 minutes have elapsed in game time, and the Tigers will go for 2 here. Anderson split wide, Pruitt in the slot. Martinez, the deep back. They turn and pitch it to Matthias. He's got a lead blocker, got some room. Bowling balls his way into the end zone for the conversion. And the Tigers go in front 14-7 on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard. Penalties coming back to hurt the Wildcats as the Tigers cash in and take their first lead of the night. I believe that's the first time they've led in this series in 7 years.
Wow.
And we'll take a break and come back with more of the Black and Blue game here at Stoker Stadium on the Team Sports Network, presented by Ken Richards, State Farm Insurance. Get a quote from Ken at covermeken.com.
The weather's starting to cool and the colors are changing. If this year is anything like last year, we're in for another wet and cold winter. Now's the time to beat the weather and winterize your home. Whether you need a new cover for the swamp cooler, filters for the furnace, or insulation for vulnerable pipes, Grand Junction and Orchard Mesa True Value Hardware have all the supplies you'll need. If you're unsure what you need, the True Value Pros can help. Don't wait until the last minute. Winterize now with the True Value Pros at 12th and Orchard and on Orchard Mesa.
High school sports on the Team 102.1 FM in Delta and Montrose.
14-7 Tigers here at Stoker Stadium, and Rylan Mulvey-Pooch kicks it. Picking it up is Bryson Crabb for the Wildcats, and he's weaving his way out to the 41-yard line, and the ball is loose. Did Fruita Monument get back on top of it?
I'm guessing by the reaction of that sideline, no, they did not.
Tigers jumping up and down, and it looks like the Wildcat offense is coming onto the field. So Fruita Monument keeps it and will start at their own 41-yard line. So 2 touchdown catches by Drew Marsh, who put even more into that drive than just the touchdown, drawing 2 penalties on the same play.
And again, we'll see here what Fruita can do with 1:05. Again, not known for the great passing attack, so have to get creative here in the playbook to try to get something going with 1:05 left.
1:05, 2 timeouts, 2 wide receivers split to the top of the formation. Turn and run the option to the near sideline. Rowell's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain. Xavier Chavez out there leading the charge for the Tigers, and the orange and black Tigers in the white jerseys are fired up now after the last 2 drives, a pair of back-to-back 80-yard touchdown drives.
Yeah, momentum's definitely wearing white right now. With the energy in the stadium and the crowd and everything like that, it's definitely on Junction's side.
They'll have a chance at that wraparound scores. Fruta doesn't seem to be in very much of a hurry at 30 seconds and counting. Rowell drops back, rolls to the near sideline, has a man. It's Phillips, throws it down the field. Landon has it go right through his hands. Rylan Mulvey on the coverage, got into his line of sight, and Phillips just had it go through his hands and fall to the turf.
Not a great ball. If he leads them, I think it might have a chance to go, but still definitely a ball you got to catch. Help your quarterback out and help your team out right before the half.
3rd down and 9 from the Wildcats 42, 20 seconds left to go. Two wide receivers split to the near side. Turn and hand that one to the deep back. That looked like that's Heath Shaneman. He bowls forward towards midfield, picks up 7, and they did not start the clock on that play. And they're winding. They're trying to get it to go, and now they're going to call a timeout. Looks like maybe Grand Junction is going to catch a break because they did not run the clock on that snap before Landon called a timeout.
There should be an official on the side, down on the field that has the time, though, and keeps that, so he should say something.
We'll see if they're conferring right now. The referee's microphone is very quiet, but he's asked to set the game clock. Tom Moats trying to get the game clock down to its proper number. Couldn't hear what the number he wanted it set to. And he's now trying the old sign language, and it still hasn't worked.
12 seconds.
He's asking for 12 seconds on the game clock. And 21, close. They got the right numbers. I'll just
they
reverse it.
Gained a second on the timeout.
And they're still waiting. Fruita Monuments lining up to punt. Schlachter back at his own 22. Corbin Davis stands at his 33-yard line. They're still trying to get the game clock to get to the right. Then they go in numerical order there. 1, 2. It's the weirdest play-by-play I've ever done, to be honest. 14-7 Tigers. There's 12 seconds left in the half. There we go.
Now we got it.
Yes. And a slight Bronx cheer erupts from the Stoker Stadium crowd. Corbin Davis will boot this one away. Puts his right foot into it. A.J. Schlachter hauls it in at his own 25, far sideline. Is met at the 30 by a gunner for the Wildcats. I believe that's Landon Mitchell. And we have a flag down and a Wildcat down, not moving at the 50-yard line. Now there's feet moving, so that's a good sign. But Wildcats quickly converging on their teammate and the training staff from both sidelines. District 51, great training staff, comes in to tend to the Wildcat that's down on the field. And Cam Ross comes over.
There's a foot moving, but he
was laying down.
His left foot is kind of twisted a little bit weird there.
It's laying funky. The right one was moving, and the upper body was not moving at all for whoever that player was. I believe maybe that return took the last seconds of the half off.
I think there was 2 seconds
maybe
left.
2. But that is of little concern right now for the injured Wildcat. So what we'll do here, just to give our studio guy, Nate Andrews, a minute to get this ready, we'll take a 60-second commercial break here for the injury. Couple seconds left to go in the half. Grand Junction leads Fruita Monument in the black and blue game 14-7 on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back to Stoker Stadium. This is Western Colorado High School football on the Team Sports Network.
There's plenty for the family to do at River City Sportplex. Enjoy the fun of cosmic skating, featuring the light show and live DJ. Cheer on CMU hockey. Try something new with the Learn to Skate and Learn to Play classes for the figure skater and hockey player in all of us. Get signed up today for the Curling League. Spots are filling up fast. Check out the website for the full list of programs and events at River City Sportplex. Fun for the whole family. Visit rivercitysportplex.com.
FCI Constructors knows it takes teamwork to get the job done. From building a winning sports program to providing quality commercial construction for our growing Grand Valley. They're proud of the contributions they've made to our community over the years through high-quality projects and community engagement. FCI employs 128 Mesa County residents and may contribute to over 200 local nonprofit organizations. To learn more about FCI Constructors, visit their website at fciol.com.
This is Western Slope High School football on the Team.
Welcome back to Stoker Stadium. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost. We're still in an injury timeout, but our referee, Tom Motes, there was a penalty on the play. It was a holding on the Tigers that was declined. And now it is officially halftime as the field is cleared of players with the exception of the injured Wildcat. It's 14-7 here at Stoker Stadium. Grand Junction leads the Fruita Monument Wildcats. So we will commence with our normal halftime show. We'll take another break, send it back to Nate Andrews at the sports desk. He'll have the final from Durango. Montrose hosting Central right now, and other games going around as well. As it looks like the players for the Wildcats has at least sat up, and we were talking about that leg that was looking in the wrong direction. It looks like those are straightened up now as well. So that's an incredibly good sign for whoever that injured Wildcat is. He's shaking his head. He's sitting up. So looks like hopefully at least the worst has been averted for whoever that Wildcat is. There's so many people around him, we can't get a number.
They got his helmet off, which is a good sign again, which means there's no neck or like that. So
because they would immobilize him in uniform before taking off his helmet if there were significant issues, and they're in the training boxes down beneath us. But so we'll take a break and send you back to the Team Sports Desk. Hopefully we may have more information on that injured Wildcat coming up. 14-7, Tigers lead at the half of Fruita Monument's homecoming game. This is the Black and Blue game on the Team Sports Network, presented by Ken Richards State Farm Insurance. Get a quote from Ken by calling 243-1000.
Join Triple Play Records for the Market on Main Thursday nights from 5:45 to 6:45 for live music and in-store sales. Triple Play has everything for the music and disc golf lovers. The inventory is always changing, but you still get 10% off all used vinyl for life with the purchase of a turntable. So see their selection, including starter kits for all budgets. And Triple Play is your disc golf headquarters. They carry everything for all players of all levels. And be sure to become a frequent flyer member. Triple Play Records, 530 Main Street, Grand Junction.
Hi, this is Dave Herkamp with ProSpace Interiors here in Grand Junction. ProSpace has been serving the office furniture needs of local businesses for over 45 years. Our experienced sales and design staff can assist you in selecting the right office furniture from over 50 manufacturers. And our professional installation crews will get the job done right. So for your next office project, big or small, give the pros at ProSpace a call at 242-7575 or online at prospace.biz.
The fall sports season is officially underway, and Play It Again Sports has the gear you need to get into the action. Golf, football, soccer, hockey, wrestling, volleyball, and more. Whatever your game is, you'll find great prices on a big selection of new and used gear. Check out the exercise equipment, too. And if you're ready to upgrade, bring in your quality used equipment, and Play It Again Sports will pay you cash for it. Play It Again Sports, your neighborhood sporting goods store, open 7 days a week next to Once Upon a Child at 2454 Highway 6 and 50.
We do headache therapy and TMJ therapy. We use oral appliances to allow those muscles to heal and relax. The outcome is reduced headaches, reduced muscle and facial pain, reduced dysfunction of the jaw during chewing. Those are the main things that we find they get better on. This is Dr. Matt Hudson with Hudson Family Dental. Call us at 970-242-5151.
Hudson Family Dental. smile.
Welcome back to the Team Sports Desk. Nate Andrews with you for coverage of high school football here on the Team. Sponsored by Ken Richards State Farm. Remember, you can get a quote by calling 970-243-1000 or online at covermeken.com. Earlier tonight, as we have done split coverage for the evening, we heard the Durango Demons and all the scoring in the game as they hosted the Palisade Bulldogs tonight and were victorious 32-14. And after, the Demons got two scores, or ahead by two scores, that's when we switched coverage here to the game that we are currently covering, as it is the blue and black game. Rio Van Gilder, Chuck Yost on the call. We'll be back out to them here in just a bit. The other game in action tonight that we have been letting you know more about is the Montrose home game. The Redhawks now leading 28-0 over the Central Warriors down in Montrose. It was 22-0, and the Warriors have yet to break onto the scoring or even onto the scoreboard. And, of course, the game that we're covering here, 14-7 at the half, as the Grand Junction Tigers able to put up two unanswered touchdowns after the Fruita Monument Wildcats were able to score early. So let's go through a recap of what this game has had so far from the coverage that we have gotten you this evening. Wildcats able to break into the scoring column with a 4-yard TD run from Chris Bennett. Davis's PAT good, 7-0 in the first as the Wildcats took the lead, and here's that score from Bennett.
Rowell under center, turns, hands it to the deep back, lowering his shoulders. Chris Bennett, and he pounds it in from 4 yards away. And Fruita draws first blood in the black and blue game. They lead 6-0 on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard on a 4-yard plunge by Chris Bennett.
As I said, the Davis PAT good, 7-0 from the Wildcats. And then the Grand Junction Tigers would go for two unanswered. Their first score of the game, an 8-yard touchdown catch by Drew Marsh from Applegate, also in the first quarter.
Applegate drops straight back, wide open, into the end zone, touchdown, Grand Junction Tigers. Drew Marsh from 8 yards out, and Junction is a PAT away from tying this game up at 7.
They would not tie the game up. Mulvey's PAT no good. It would be the Wildcats by 1, 7-6, but the Wildcats would get the ball back, drive downfield, stall, miss a 42-yard field goal by Davis, giving the ball back to the Tigers after the miss. And the Tigers would drive down and score again. A 13-yard pass to Marsh from Applegate to take the lead.
Applegate looking, surveys, wide open over the middle again is Drew Marsh, and Marsh has his second touchdown catch of the night. This one a 13-yard reception, and the Tigers pull in front on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard, 12-7.
They would add a 2-point conversion to get the points back for that 14 or the one-score lead, 14-7. And that's where the scoring would end. The Wildcats would get the ball back, end up punting, and then the injured player there at right before the half. And that's where we stand, 14-7, with the Grand Junction Tigers leading the Fruita Wildcats here at the half. We are going to let you know what else is going on. I mentioned the scores again. Durango victorious tonight, 32-14 over the Palisade Bulldogs. Currently, the Montrose Redhawks up 28-0 over the Central Warriors, and the game that we have here for you, 14-7. The blue and black game at the half with the Grand Junction Tigers leading the Fruita Monument Wildcats. Now, we do have more coverage coming your way as the weekend progresses. After we're done tonight, well, it's not all, because Colorado Preps, let me get that right. Colorado Preps will air from 9:30 this evening until 11 o'clock with all of the coverage that was happening tonight across the state. Tomorrow, college football. Of course, that's how we spend most Saturdays. CMU football as they travel to CSU Pueblo with coverage starting at 1 o'clock here on the Team Sports Network. That will be followed by the Buffaloes game, the CAU Buffaloes taking on Baylor. And that game at 5 p.m. Then later on in the evening tomorrow night, starting at 8, K-State's traveling to BYU. And we'll have that for you as well. Sunday, NFL football with the Denver Broncos heading to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers with coverage starting at 9 in the morning, followed by Broncos React, which should start airing around 5 p.m. Then for Sunday Night Football, you can hear the Kansas City Chiefs as they travel to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. 5:30 is when coverage will start here on the team. Monday Night Football as well with the Cincinnati Bengals hosting the Washington Commanders with coverage starting at 5:30. That will follow, of course, Armchair Quarterbacks, which starts at 4 o'clock, runs till the start of the pregame here on the team. That's what we have in store for you for the rest of the weekend when it comes to sports. Of course, you can catch everything here on air, 101.1 FM and at Grand Junction 1340 AM or 102.1 FM in Delta. We've got it all for you, and we will get you back out to Stoker Stadium here directly as halftime continues. We'll take a break, come back, and again cover a little bit of the things that we got in store for you here for the rest of the night, the scores and whatnots here on the Team Sports Network. This is high school football coverage presented by Ken Richards State Farm. Get a quote by calling 970-243-1000 or online at covermeken.com.
There's really only one place to go for your tires. Your local Grand Junction Firestone Complete Auto Care. They'll outfit your vehicle with the proven performance and quality of legendary Firestone tires, and they'll price match any tire. The Firestone pros can also handle your scheduled maintenance. No need to go to the dealership, and they offer money-saving lifetime service packages, including alignments, brakes, and more. Firestone Complete Auto Care, serving Grand Junction and the Western Slope. 607 24 Road, just west of the Mesa Mall.
After high school, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but CMU Tech introduced me to a wide range of technical programs like HVAC, pharmacy tech, surveying, and winemaking. I knew this was the right place to learn the skills that I needed for a higher paying job. But it's not just the programs. It's that nearly every program currently costs little or nothing, and CMU Tech connects you to job opportunities in our community. So now is the time to gain the skills for a higher paying job. Now is the time to check out CMU Tech. Visit discovercmutech.com to learn more.
If you love to drive or even not so much, take your car to the place with the magic touch, Big O. Big O Tires.
Hit the road with savings from August 26th to September 22nd and get $60 in rebate savings on sets of 4 Michelin tires totaling $900 or more. Or get $40 in rebate savings on purchases of $899.99 or less with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm agent Ken Richards and his team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home and auto insurance. It's just another way State Farm is here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Ken Richards in Grand Junction today at 243-1000. That's 243-1000.
Welcome back to the Team Sports Desk. Nate Andrews with you for our Friday evening coverage of high school football presented by Ken Richards State Farm. We'll get you back out to the stadium with Rio and Chuck. Let's go over the scores once again. Earlier tonight, we brought you the Durango and Palisade game. The Durango Demons victorious 32-14 over the traveling Bulldogs. Still underway in Montrose is the 28-0 score for the Redhawks as they are hosting the Central Warriors, game that we are covering now here on the team at the half, 14-7, with the Grand Junction Tigers leading the Fruita Monument Wildcats at this point in the blue and black game. We will get you back out, like I said, to Rio and Chuck here in just a few. Again, I'll let you know what we do have in store for you coming up for the weekend. Tomorrow, college football, CMU on the road as they travel to Pueblo. Coverage starting at 1 o'clock here on the team. Baylor traveling to Boulder for their game against the Buffaloes. 5 o'clock is when coverage will start. And then later on in the evening tomorrow night, K-State traveling to BYU. Coverage starting at 8 p.m. Again, all of those games here on the Team Sports Network. Sunday, Denver Broncos travel to Tampa Bay. 9 in the morning is when coverage will start here on the team, followed by Broncos React. That starts at 5 p.m. And then Sunday Night Football, the Atlanta Falcons hosting the world champion Kansas City Chiefs, 5:30 with coverage there. And then on Monday, again, Armchair Quarterbacks starting at 4 in the afternoon, running through 5:30 and the pregame for the Monday Night Football matchup as the Bengals will host the Commanders on Monday nights. We'll be back to high school softball action on Tuesday. The Central Warriors will travel to Fruita Monument to take on the Wildcats, 6:45 with coverage starting here on the team. Now, again, everything you can hear on our stations, 101.1 FM, 1340 AM in Grand Junction, 102.1 FM in Delta. We will take one final break, get you back out to the stadium this evening as Rio Van Gilder and Chuck Youst have the second half call for you of the blue and black game. Again, at the half, Grand Junction Tigers leading 14-7 over the Fruita Monument Wildcats. And high school football coverage presented by Ken Richards State Farm. Remember, you can get a quote by calling 970-243-1000 or online at covermeken.com.
Biff here with Eyewitness News. Every election year, there's a lot of talk about term limits. Throw the rascals out, some say. Regardless of politics, there's one place where term limits are a necessity. Your septic tank. After 4 years of hard duty, it's time to call Goodwin Septic Tank Service. Those famous trucks with the skunk logo represent all that's good about America. They'll give you a fresh start and help maintain your approval rating in the neighborhood. Don't let your system exceed its term limit. Call Goodwin Septic Tank Service at 243-2783. Goodwin's is the way to go.
Help keep your finances safe with these cybersecurity tips from Grand Valley Bank. Embrace and use the extra verification steps for logins. Verify links and attachments in emails before clicking. Turn off public Wi-Fi to access banking apps. At Grand Valley Bank, we actively work to protect our customers and communities against all types of fraud. That's people banking with people. Visit grandvalleybank.com. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
You know, most people don't think about their tires, but I bet you're thinking about your tires right now. Southern Tire Mart knows this, and tires are at the top of their mind. Commercial, light truck, passenger, and even tractor tires. Tires from Bridgestone, Firestone, Continental, Yokohama, Toyo, and more. Southern Tire Mart has tires for every budget and every use. Tires and top-notch mechanics, all at Southern Tire Mart. 794 22 Road in Grand Junction. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
For over 75 years, Whitewater Building Materials has helped to provide the foundation for our community. Whitewater Building Materials is your leader in ready mix along with sand and gravel products, and they wish the best of luck to student athletes at Caprock Academy, Central, Fruita Monument, Grand Junction, and Palisade High Schools, along with the athletes at Carver Mesa University. Look for their trucks with the area high school logos. From commercial to residential, they have you covered. Call them today at 242-7538 or see them at 940 South 10th Street in Grand Junction.
Welcome back to Stoker Stadium. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost. It is homecoming for the Wildcats, so there's plenty of time to fill here at the half. As the injured player for Fruita Monument was JT Apple, and we were looking at legs, but he came off with, I believe it was his left arm wrapped, but he walked off under his own power. So that's always a good thing to see. Then they did the halftime festivities, and now we're going through the homecoming royalty here at Stoker Stadium, where Grand Junction leads Fruita Monument 14-7. Getting things started was Chris Bennett on a 4-yard touchdown run with 10:04 left to go in the half to give Fruita Monument a 7-0 lead. Then pair of touchdown passes from Will Applegate to Drew Marsh. One from 8 yards out with 6:55 left. The other from 12 yards out with 1:13 left. A missed PAT, but a converted 2-point conversion. And Fruita Monument trails Grand Junction on the pair of back-to-back 80-yard drives for the Tigers by a score of 14-7 here at Stoker Stadium. And Tigers pretty much getting their offense through the air in the first half, Chuck.
Yeah, pretty I mean, if you look at it, Junction has 79 yards passing and 58 yards rushing, so most of their big plays have come through the air. You know, they had the big play on the sideline here right before half where Applegate hit Marsh, and then you had the 2 penalties that really gave him a great field position. But, yeah, the passing game of Junction right now is kind of the difference. Fruita, on the other hand, kind of exactly what you expect, 137 yards rushing, 14 yards passing, and, you know, that's what you expect out of the Wildcats. They're going to pound that running game at you. So not a great team, I mean, to play from behind, but if Junction can come out here and get a touchdown and put them 2 scores back, that really puts Fruita in a hole with their offense, the way they like to run things in the second half. So it's important for Junction to take the ball down and get some points.
Grand Junction ran 3 plays in the first quarter, and then had 2 80-yard drives to wrap up the half. And they lead by a score of 14-7 on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard here at Stoker Stadium. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost. Second half coming up here in just a few minutes. They got through all of the halftime festivities, the dance team, the cheerleaders, the marching band, the homecoming royalty with 6 minutes left to go. And so we're just, we're here hanging out. They had everything nice and crisp. And so we're just kind of filling time. You heard our studio host, Nate Andrews, go through the schedule for the weekend. If you missed it, let's just do that again for you, as the football weekend continues tomorrow on the Team Sports Network, as you have the CMU Mavericks. They're heading on to take CSU Pueblo. That game time has been moved up a few hours. So the Maverick Stampede pregame show with Tyler Franzen right here on the Team Sports Network will start in a little over 13 hours at 10 a.m. on the team, and kickoff will be at 11 from the Thunder Bowl. They moved that game up due to thunderstorms, so it's only appropriate. And so 11 o'clock kickoff right here on the Team Sports Network. We'll follow that up with some Big 12 football from Gridiron Radio Network. Kansas State at BYU. That starts at 8. The Big 12 opener for the Colorado Buffaloes, back in the conference that they gained national prominence in. Technically the Big 8, but turned into the Big 12. They take on Baylor from Folsom Field. Coverage starts on 1100 KNZZ, 92.7 on the FM dial at 5. Mark Johnson, Gary Barnett with kickoff at 6. Tomorrow morning, you can have a brunch with the Broncos. Countdown to kickoff starts at 9. Kickoff at Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs off to a 2-0 start. They will kick that one off at 11. Our coverage starts at 9. Broncos react immediately after the game. That will take you all the way up until 5 o'clock, and then at 5:30, it's Sunday Night Football from Hotlanta. Chiefs, I would say, off to a slow 2-0 start.
Yeah.
It hasn't been super sharp for the two-time defending Super Bowl champions. Atlanta is 1-1 with Kirk Cousins at the helm. 5:30 kickoff for that one. Then Monday, Armchair Quarterbacks get you started at 4 o'clock from Wrigley Sports Bar and Grill, just down the street here from us at the corner of 18th and North. Yours truly, along with Tyler Franzen. We'll have that show for you, leading you into Monday Night Football via Westwood One. Washington taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Jaden Daniels, he's 1-1. He has the best numbers of any of the rookie quarterbacks, and so those are the things going on right there. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Right now, number 1, 3A, Roosevelt, the number 1 team in the state, taking it to Rifle by a score of 26-7 in that one. Our score at the half, down in Montrose, the Red Hawks lead by a score of 29-0 over the Central Warriors. Final from earlier, the game you heard most of it right here on the Team Sports Network. 32-14 Durango beating Palisade right now at the half. Number 2 team in 2A, Delta Panthers, leading Alamosa by a score of 9-6. Delta in their first season under new head coach Jesse Kendag, is head coach Ben Johnson won a state championship and decided to go spend more time watching his kids play football at Western State, and we wish him the best of luck in his football watching endeavors up there in Gunnison. I hear it's always pleasant all year long to watch football up there at Western State. Mavs and Western coming up, I believe that. I want to say that's in November. That's going to be on the cool side. The Tigers are back out on their side. I would say the visiting sideline, but that's where the Tigers normally are, is on the west side. Black jerseys, black pants, white jerseys, black numerals, the black helmets with the silver Tigers along the side, underlined. Very much a 90s Tigers look, if you will, for the helmets. Fruita Monument, white pants, blue jerseys, white numerals with the white helmets, the blue jersey number on the left-hand side, and a blank helmet on the right. I liken it to, it's half Alabama and half Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's what it looks like for the Wildcats. Or is that an outline of the Power Cat on the one side? It looks like it might be an outline.
There's something on it.
So Benjamin Romero, he's down warming up in front of us, and so we're using him as the model. That may be an outline of the Power Cat as I take a longer, that's exactly what it is. It used to be solid, but now it's just the outline. So that's the helmet situation. It's logo on the one side, which my eyes aren't very good, and we're also however many feet up and however many feet away, and the numbers can see those.
Yeah, but
the jersey numbers on the near side.
It is an outline of the Power Cat.
That's pretty neat. I take it back. The half Steelers, they have something on both sides of the helmet. Again, if you joined us right at the end of the half, there was an injured Wildcat, JT Apple, the sophomore on the punt team. He was down on the field pretty much motionless for a while, and we were playing kind of armchair press box doctors a little bit, but we went down and we watched the NFHS film, couldn't really find out anything what happened, just kind of a schmoz of high school students.
It looked like he kind of maybe got hit, and as he was falling, he
went
put
to
his arm
brace
down,
himself with his arm,
and something happened to that left arm.
And so that was wrapped on the field, and then they helped him up, and he walked to the locker room under his own power, which is always good to see, but we don't see him out here, not surprisingly at all. But we do see the rest of the Wildcats. It's 14-7, Grand Junction leading Fruita Monument on the Carbills Auto Mart scoreboard in the Max Preps era, going back to 2004, because, well, that's all the farther my records have is via Max Prep. Fruita Monument leads the series 10-9, including winning the last 8 straight by an average of 35-7. The Tigers have scored 2 touchdowns in now 3 of the last 9 games against Fruita Monument. They have been shut out twice, 6 points, 7 points twice, 9 points, 14 points twice in the last 8 meetings. And they are in front here, 14-7.
And the field before the game, everybody up here was like, because over the past few years, we've known what was going to happen.
Yeah.
The Fruita was just going to come stomp them, but everybody was like, well, we're not quite sure how this one's going to go because Junction's much better. Fruita's a little bit down what they've been in the past. And so I think this is kind of going to script what a lot of people thought up here in the press box.
And the way Fruita's really shot themselves in their own foot. It's not been a lot of what Grand Junction has done. So, if Fruita kind of gets out of their own way, I still don't know how the rest of this game is going to develop.
Yeah, the penalties, both offensively and defensive, really killed them in the last 4 minutes of the half.
4 penalties for 45 yards, all in the fourth quarter for the Wildcats. So Fruita Monument will kick it away. Corbin Davis back deep for the Tigers at his own 15 is Noah Watkins. Davis puts that one all the way back to the 6, and Watkins running far side, ball held up high, cuts up the field at the numbers, runs into his own man at the 30, and he's stood up there, and they finally blow it dead. Grand Junction will get started at their own 32-yard line, their best starting field position of the day.
So again, important here with the type of offense that Fruita runs to try to put them 2 scores behind and put Fruita in a little bit of more of a hurry-up mode. So it's important for GJ offense to get going here and keep that momentum rolling that they went in with halftime.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 32-yard line.
And Fruita defensively, you got to know where Marsh is. He's the kid that's killed you. With the pass routes, you gotta know where he's at, because right now he's Applegate's favorite target.
Applegate turns, pitches it, ball's on the ground, and will Applegate get back on top of it? He did. A pitch that just wasn't able to get all the way to Matias Martinez, and Fadden Montez nearly gobbled it up for the Wildcats. That's going to lose 7 yards, almost 8 for the Tigers, and that's not how Landon McKee wanted to start the second half.
Yeah, and that would have definitely killed the momentum we talked about going into half and giving Fruita the ball right where they needed it.
Tigers bunch 3 to the near side. Now all 3 will shift to the right. 4 wide receivers to Applegate. Applegate's right in the pistol. Fakes the handoff, zips it out to his wide receiver with some room to run. Paxton Weber is spun out of bounds, spun down at the 34-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 10 and brings up 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers in the first half. Tigers just 1 for 2 on 3rd down.
Yeah, and sometimes when you have a team that doesn't have a lot of experience winning, they kind of find a way to shoot themselves in the foot, and that almost happened big time there with the first play with the fumble.
Tigers off to their first 3-0 start in 11 years. As a matter of fact, they've doubled Landon McKee's win total as head coach of the Tigers. Bobble, low snap, Applegate bobbles it. He kind of has to shot put it away as pressure coming from the big defensive lineman, as right in his kitchen was Tatum Williams, and the Tigers are going to be forced to punt. That low snap, Applegate had trouble handling it, and the Tigers just not able to get out of their own way to start the second half.
And again, this is what they couldn't have happen here. Couldn't be a worse start. You get the points right before half, and then you're trying to come out and win, like you said, to Bill Belichick, win it around, but not so much. Not a good execution on that first drive by the by the Tigers.
Late man coming on the field for the Wildcats punt team. Rylan Mulvey boots that one away. Phillips calls for the fair catch. Landon hauls it in at the 31, and that's where Fruita Monument will take over. So the defense did their part preventing that wraparound score. Now Fruita Monument will take over. Average starting field position for the Wildcats in the first half was their own 33-yard line. Just by looking at drive numbers, Fruita Monument had 10 first downs, was 5 of 10 on third down, 2 of 3 on fourth down, and were trailing 14-7 at the break. And here they come with their first possession of the second half. Ellis split out wide to the right, 2 backs behind Rowell. Cooper. Corbin's younger brother, Cooper, gets it outside the 35. Just a little quarterback sneak, nothing fancy or special there, and picks up 5.
Yeah, again, probably nobody covering the center, and they saw that at halftime on film, make that adjustment, and the way they get that push, that's an easy 5 yards.
Tigers defensive front, Jaden and Alex Martinez, Dalton Dimmick and Waver Posner left that middle open. They shade Dimmick over the center now. Turn, and now the ball's on the turf, and Grand Junction's going to fall on it. Coming up with it for the Tigers, that's going to be Rylan Mulvey, the safety. And Fruita Monument turns it over at their own 36-yard line, and Grand Junction is set up in business here on their second possession of the half.
Rowell just couldn't get there. You know, they run the veer there, B-gap veer, and he just couldn't get there to get the handoff in the belly.
Now Grand Junction with a chance to capitalize, comes out, puts Applegate in the pistol. 3 wide receivers right, Drew Marsh, the tight end, with 2 touchdown catches to the near side. Applegate drops back. Looks, throws it right down the middle of the field. He's going to underthrow his receiver, jump ball, batted around, knocked down. Anderson for the Tigers, Phillips for the Wildcats. Anderson had a step early, but that one just kind of fluttered out of the hand of Will Applegate, and Phillips was able to knock it down.
Again, good pressure up front by the Wildcats, but dangerous pass thrown into double coverage, and Phillips back there to make the pick. And actually the Junction receiver, Anderson, did a great job of knocking that down and prevent the interception.
Dusty Harris will bring in the play from the far sideline. Pruitt split wide, Anderson in the slot. Pistol formation for Applegate, turns and hands that one to Matthias Martinez. Martinez slithers through the line, he's at the 20, 15, 10. No one's going to get him into the end zone. Far corner for Matthias Martinez. His 4th touchdown of the season, and the Tigers capitalize on the turnover, and they run it in from 36 yards for the score.
Yeah, again, great vision, good hole. Ran through there and then just made a good cut to the outside, planted his foot, 1 cut to the outside, and just ran everybody to the corner of the end zone.
Tigers in front, 20-7 on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard with 9:52 left to go here in the third. PAT on for the Tigers. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, and that one goes through. Mulvey puts down the PAT after recovering the fumble, and the Tigers pull out to a 21-7 lead on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard. We'll take a break. Go ahead, Chuck.
Go ahead. This is exactly what they needed here to get points on the board, and again, keep the pressure on Fruita, again, with their offense not being real explosive. 2 touchdown leads big.
We'll take a break, come back with more Western Colorado High School football on the Team Sports Network, presented by Ken Richards State Farm Insurance. Call Ken for a quote at 243-1000.
TileMeister does more than just tile. Hi, this is Tony. We can transform your kitchen or bath with innovative products and styles. Come see our showroom with a large selection of countertops, cabinets, fixtures, shower doors, groutless surfaces. We can even bring light into those dark places in your home with the tubular skylight. See why TileMeister is Western Colorado's #1 choice. Give us a call at 244-TILE.
Call 244-TILE. Make your home look nicer with the TileMeister.
Pads popping, touchdown scoring. Touchdown! We're your home of high school football. The Team.
Kickoff hauled in. Actually bounces off the hands of Max Unrein right into his hands off the bounce. And he gets outside the 20 to the 21. Lucky break for Fruita there. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost, and Grand Junction leads 21-7 over the Fruita Monument Wildcats on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard.
Yeah, key drive here for the Wildcats. You got to get points on the board, and again, you know, the way they run their offense, they chew up time, but you got to find a couple explosive plays in there to get points on the board and give yourself a chance to continue to run your offense in the fourth quarter.
Well, we've talked about that handoff issue going back to the start of the game, and it finally bit them there. Again, that one didn't look really sharp either as they get it to the back. Tavian Trujillo picks up 6, almost 7 on first down.
Yeah, again, it just doesn't look like Rowell's getting down the line. It's just the speed of it. He's just not getting there to get the handoff.
They go to the I formation here, 2nd and 4 from their own 27. More traditional handoff to Chris Bennett. Bennett gets stood up by the safety at the 32, spins forward for another yard, and that is a gain of 6 and a first down for the Wildcats. I believe that was A.J. Schlachter, the safety, on the tackle there.
Again, good hard run right up the middle. Legs churning, good pad level.
Split backs, run the veer, hand it to Bennett. Bennett works his way past the initial point of attack and gets a gain of 8, almost 9. And it looks like and there's another late flag coming out by one of our officials. It looks like for the Tigers, though, it looks like they're underestimating the speed at which Chris Bennett can get to the point of attack, because they seem to just be flailing at him at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, again, it's a completely different. Got a personal foul on Junction.
Personal foul on the Tigers, another 15-yard penalty on them. First of the second half. So that's 3 penalties for 40 yards for the Tigers.
And again, that's something they can't have. You know, turnovers and penalties are going to let Fruita right back in this game. So it's just free yards without the clock running.
Judah Ellis, slow to get up, but makes his way off the field under his own power. Wildcats out to midfield, or actually take that back into Tiger territory. 1st and 10 at the Grand Junction 43. Rowell to Travian Trujillo, popped by Will Applegate. Big Will Applegate, like he was fired out of a cannon at a circus, blows up Tavian Trujillo in the hole. They're going to give Tavian a pity yard gain on that one, as he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. He definitely didn't go forward.
Yeah,
after
I don't think so either. No, he didn't go forward at all.
2nd down and 9. They'll just push this one ahead with Cooper Rowell. Cooper slides off a tackler, bounces off another, carries 2 more. A gain of 11 and a first down for the Wildcats on 2nd down. They had the 3rd down marker there, but it was 2nd down and 9.
And again, just nothing fancy. Snap the ball to the quarterback, and the line steps towards the center and just forms a wedge and drive down the field.
It's been their most consistent play for the Wildcats, that quarterback keeper. Split. Carson Weddle wide to the right. Turn and hand it to Bennett on the veer. Bennett gets inside the 30 to the 29, and the Wildcats just chew it up 4 and 5 yards at a time. Give him a gain of 3, actually, on that one.
Yeah, again, this is their offense. This is what they do, and they can speed it up a little bit. They can slow it down. I mean, they got the ball with like 9:04 left, and so they've almost run 2 minutes off the clock. But this is what they do.
I formation. Fullback is Bennett. Trujillo, the I back. Turned and handed to Tavian. Tavian slides to his left. Gets out to the 25. A gain of 4.5, almost 5. That'll bring up 3rd down and a short 4 yards from the 25-yard line.
And this is the situation of Fruit, because you can run, you can bootleg, and just when you fall asleep here, they'll throw the bootleg pass. And
Weddle split out wide. Rowell under center. Turn and hand it off on the veer. Bennett has it, gets down near the 20. before he's dropped. That'll be a first down for the Wildcats as they convert on third down, get a fresh set of downs, knocking on the doorstep of the Western Slope Auto red zone. They go no huddle. Rowell under center. Keep it on the option, has nowhere to go but up the field.
Yeah,
that's a good gain for the Wildcats. A little bit developed into more than what it looked like initially as Rowell gets 6 down to the 15-yard line, second down.
Just did a great job of putting his head down and following his tailback. And sometimes in the veer, if everybody goes to tackle that lead back, then that leaves you to skate up the middle. So using his decoy there is a great job.
Trujillo left, Bennett right, split behind Rowell. Weddle on an island by himself to the right. Now Rowell will get out from under center, now get back under. Counting down the play clock. Turn and hand that one to Trujillo. Cooper had to kind of lunge to get it there. They get it down to the 11, close to first down yardage. Tough angle to see, and they will give him the first down.
Yeah. Ran right into Applegate. Applegate swallowed him up, but just Applegate not playing forward to attack the runner like he did the one time, and allowed him to get the first down.
First down and 10 outside the 10. Rowell will keep it that way himself and gets a push from Trujillo, and Bennett gets down to the 3, almost the 2. That'll be a gain of 9 on first down. Rowell can get the Wildcats can get a first down without getting into the end zone, but it would be very tight. Quickly to the line of scrimmage go the Wildcats. I would just keep it right here.
Yeah.
And looks like there's a
little bobbled snap,
and Rowell's not able to punch it in, but he may have enough for a first down.
And I mean, I would, like you said, keep running it, but as you can see up here, they're not covering that center. If I get the line of scrimmage and nobody's there, I'm just calling my own number.
So they give him the first down. It's first and goal from about the 2-foot line there. Rowell comes to the near sideline to get the play from head coach Cameron Ross. And now they'll come under center, split backs. It's open under the center, but they have a linebacker there. Rowell will call his own number off the left guard and punch it in from a yard away. Fruta answers with 4:42 left to go here in the third, getting back within a score. The 1-yard touchdown run by Cooper Rowell makes it 21-13 on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard.
Again, great drive by Fruta to respond exactly what they needed. Just move the ball down the field. Now we gotta find a way to play defense or get a turnover to get yourself back in the football game.
Corbin Davis's PAT is good. Makes it 21-14 with 4:42 left to go here in the third. We'll take a break and be back with more Western Colorado High School football, the Black and Blue game on the Team Sports Network. Presented by Ken Richards, State Farm Insurance. Call Ken for a quote at 243-1000.
This truck season, think about all the things you can do in a Chevy truck. You'll be able to, or you can even just, with impressive towing, incredible bed and tailgate functionality, and multiple powertrains, Chevy trucks have what you need to get things done. When you want to do it all, Chevy's got you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Football. The best Western Slope high school football coverage is on the team.
Welcome back to Stoker Stadium. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost. 4:42 left to go in the third quarter. 21-14. Grand Junction leads Fruta Monument in the black and blue game between the Tigers and the Wildcats. Wildcats looking to win for the 9th straight year. Tigers looking to take possession of our black and blue trophy for the first time since the trophy's inception 7 years ago. 80 or 79-yard drive for the Wildcats, capped off in Cooper Rowell's 1-yard touchdown run. Davis puts his boot into that one. Watkins has it fall through his hands, grabs it at the 3, running to the far sideline. He's going to get dropped, doesn't even get. Ball is out. Did Fruta come up with it? They are saying they have. Waiting for Tom Motz's answer. He's digging out Wildcats and Tigers.
15-yard line.
Fruta continuing to hoot and holler. We don't have a signal from the officials just yet. Tigers are bringing out their out. There it is. Tom Moats points north. Fruta Monument with the turnover on the kick return. And just like that, the Wildcats set up shop in the Western Slope Auto red zone, fresh off a Cooper Rowell touchdown plunge.
Yeah, Wildcats right back in business offensively. Again, continuing the momentum they had on that last drive, and expect to see a lot of Rowell again running the football.
1st and 10 at the Tigers 16. And they push that one right up the middle, down to the 10.
Nobody over the center. It's an easy read. The quarterback just goes out, and I don't know if they have an automatic call for that or not, but just...
They should by now.
Should by now.
You said how many carries for Rowell at this point?
That's his 22nd carry.
This will be his 23rd as he runs option to the near sideline. Can't quite shuck the tackle attempt of A.J. Schlachter, the safety for the Tigers, saving a touchdown there as he slowed Rowell up just enough. Dropped him at the 8. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 2. But the Wildcats in business here after the turnover. Now it's 1 for each team.
On that first down play, that put Rowell over the 100-yard mark for the day, so he's been their main offense.
Split backs near hash. Rowell under center. Return will run that one off the left guard. Applegate's right there to smother him. See where they put forward progress at. The side judges are coming up short of the first down marker. I think they've run that a few too many times in a row for Will Applegate.
Yeah. So Will wasn't in there on that first down play when they got the big push up the middle, but boy, he let him know he was in there that play.
4th down and a long 2 from the 8. Wildcats are going to go for it. I formation behind Rowell. Applegate patrols the center. Turn and hand it to Bennett. He puts it on the ground, and is he able to get on top of it? It looks like he is able to fall on top of it, and if he does at the 5, it's a first down. No, the Tigers have it. Tigers come up with it. Coming out from under the pile is Colton Music for the Tigers, and that's the 2nd Wildcat fumble, and Grand Junction is going to have it at their own 5 as the defense comes up with a big play.
Just a blown opportunity. Again, just had great field position, 15-yard line. You're down by 7. Got the momentum from scoring from the big 79-yard drive, and just loss of an opportunity.
Circle that. 4 plays for the Wildcats right now as they trail 21-14 with 2:50 left to go in the 3rd. Tigers in the shadow of their own goalpost. Applegate comes out under center. Turn and hand it to the back, trying to find some room as Martinez before he gets blown up from behind. And there's a flag coming in on the play. Looks like somebody got their hands a little bit too high. So there's the face mask on the Wildcats. So that'll give Grand Junction a first down. It's the 5-yard variety, but it's enough to move the chains.
And gives them a little more room to do some things with their offense.
It's 5 penalties for 50 yards on the Wildcats tonight. Out to the 18, so a little bit of breathing room, like you mentioned, for the Tigers offense. Pistol formation, wide receivers tight to the near side. Applegate gets it, hands it off to Martinez. Martinez lowers his head and is dropped for a loss. That's coming through there for Fruta Monument. Looked like that was Damian Hoover to make a big play, a loss of a yard.
Yeah, good job on first down. They clog the hole and make him bounce, and then support's there to make the tackle to clean it up. Looks like we got a Tiger hobbling off the field.
We have a Tiger that's on his hands and knees trying to crawl off the field, and he gets halfway between the hash and the numbers before the officials see him and blow the play dead. I believe that's Dusty Harris, the sophomore running back. I've seen quite a few injuries by both teams tonight. And Harris now on his feet and hobbling off. Maybe just a Charlie horse or just a little bit of a sprain.
Got stepped on or something like that in the lead blocking, but
well, they get him off sideline onto a training table on the far side, and they'll check him out. Tigers down a couple backs now. Elias Morgan's been injured for a couple weeks. They lost him in the Central game. They hope to have him back next week for Durango, according to the head coach, Landon McKee. And now Dusty Harris onto the training table. Second down and 11. Pistol formation for Will Applegate. The big senior turns, hands that one to Martinez. Matthias tries to get some space before running into Jackson Vertez, who will drop him at the 20. That'll be a gain of 3 and bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, Fruta doing a good job tackling on the edge and not letting him bounce or cut back. Earlier that hurt him in the game when he had the couple big runs, but doing a good job of tackling on the edge and putting Junction in a 3rd and long here situation. Got to keep an eye on where Marsh is because he's been lining up at the tight end spot, and again, they do a good job of finding a way to get him open.
Drew Marsh has hurt him. They also bring in Noah Watkins for Matthias Martinez. Split 3 wide receivers to the near side. Weber, Marsh, and Anderson, the wide out. Shotgun formation for Applegate. Will drops straight back, swing pass, and he spikes it in front of Noah Watkins. Watkins had some space and some blockers, enough room for a player with Watkins' speed to maybe create some space for himself, and Applegate's just not able to get it out to him. Looked like he rushed the throw a little.
Now we got an injured Wildcat. Looks like number 12 is down.
Jackson Vertez is down at the numbers inside the 20. Not a particularly warm evening, but could be a cramp.
Yeah, I don't know why he's pounding the ground, something like that. Something's wrong. He's
in a lot of discomfort right now. A war of attrition going on tonight between the Tigers and the Wildcats. Coming up next week, another Cross Valley Trophy game. The War Dog Trophy will be on the line as Central and Palisade meet up. Central right now got on the board at Montrose, but they trail the Red Hawks 36-7 right now. Montrose leading Central. Durango already finishing off Palisade tonight, 32-14 down in Durango.
Yeah, it should be a good game next week between the Warriors and the Bulldogs.
We'll have high school football next week on the team. I believe we have a high school softball game coming up next week on the team. The Palisade Bulldogs have ascended. Ascended's not the right word. They've joined the Southwestern League in everything but football, and it's made for some very intriguing competition so far here in the late summer, very early fall at some of the other sports like softball.
Softball and volleyball. They've got a
volleyball, been
really
going
good
at
volleyball team going at it right now. I think them joining the Southwestern League is going to make the Southwestern League stronger in every sport. I mean, they do a good job out there.
It's definitely going to make the Southwestern League a crucible for softball and soccer and basketball, baseball. Tremendous baseball team Nate Porter's squad is out there in Palisade.
Yep.
Go along with very consistent Central and Grand Junction squads, and Fruita Monument's won the league for a generation, I believe, is what it's at now.
6 or 7 years in a row.
Grand Junction punts that away. Mulvey gets it to Phillips. Landon hauls it in at his own 46. Sidesteps, stutters, cuts, and finally gets pushed down to the ground at the Tigers' 48-yard line. And that's where Fruita Monument will take over. Back-to-back drives inside Tigers territory. See if they can get something going here from the 48.
Yeah, crucial drive right here with 55 seconds left in third quarter. You got to get points on the board. And again, so in the fourth quarter, you're allowed to run your offense how you want to run it. And the clock and the score is not dictating something else.
So Fruita Monument turns it over at the 5. Then their defense forces a 3 and out. And the Tigers now come out on defense. I formation for the Wildcats. Cooper Rowell under center. Turn and hand it to Tavian Trujillo, who leapfrogs the defender forward for a yard.
So it looks like now up front, got another Wildcat
got another
down.
injured Wildcat.
Looks like up front now that to prevent them from getting pushed around, they're starting to cut those offensive linemen, and I think that's what got...
it looks like the center, Braden Searsma.
Yeah.
As the training staff is getting their steps in tonight. Had a couple of Wildcats go off. Had a couple of Tigers head off due to injury. And another one, Searsma, down right near the line of scrimmage. And that'll be something to watch as well, as he's the center.
Yeah, that exchange is really important, and helping the big guy up. It looks like he's going to try to walk off on his own there. And
I know he didn't start the season as the center, but he's taken over in the last couple of weeks and favoring that left leg a little bit, but
I bet we see him back.
Walking off his own power, probably.
Put a little tape on there, and we'll see him back.
So we'll see who the new number is offensively. Looks like that's going to be Tucker Mantle. See if he takes over at center or if they move someone else down the line of scrimmage. Looks like Tucker will be over the ball. So Tucker Mantle, a starter earlier this season on the offensive line. Fires off the first snap to Rowell. Cooper gives it to Chris Bennett, and he is met by a host of Tigers at the line of scrimmage. Rylan Mulvey there, also Jaden Martinez, the defensive end, coming up and making a play, as well as Mason Langland.
So this is where Fruita now, they've got to run some kind of misdirection. They got to come back with the bootleg here or some kind of counter. They run the same thing almost for a quarter and a half now. You got to come back with some type of misdirection.
Two wide receivers split to the near side, 3rd and 9. Rowell drops straight back, swing pass, has Tavian Trujillo. Trujillo breaks a tackle, but the pursuit by Langland comes and stops him short as Austin Music sniffed it out, put a hit on Trujillo to slow him down, and Langland cleaned it up. And that's going to gain 3, but it's not nearly enough on 3rd and 9. So brings up 4th and 6 and the end of the third quarter. So a decision here for Cameron Ross to start the fourth. We'll take a break as they swap ends of the field, and back with more Western Colorado High School football on the Team Sports Network, presented by Ken Richards State Farm Insurance. Get a quote from Ken at CoverMeKen.com.
Do you have electrical issues? No problem, because Barnes Electric is on the job for you. Whether it's wiring a new addition to your house, improving the wiring in your home like they did for me, or upgrading your business, call the professionals of Barnes Electric at 242-6473. Barnes Electric's a proud sponsor of high school youth and Colorado Ice to sports in the Grand Valley, and they want to wish the best of luck to all of our dedicated student athletes. Barnes Electric, 2811 Riverside Parkway in Grand Junction. Give them a call, 242-6473.
Uh-oh, it's that time again. The hardest decision in the history of decisions. Where to go to eat. The old you spent hours searching, but the new you doesn't worry anymore. Bravo Pizza has you covered. Bravo Pizza gets you a large slice and a fountain drink for only $6. That's a deal that keeps your stomach and your wallet full. The new you doesn't worry. It heads over to Bravo Pizza on 10th and North across from Furniture Row, or goes online at BravoPizza970.com. Eating pizza? Bravo.
The best high school sports coverage is on 101.1 FM and 1340, the Team Sports Network.
Fruita Monument choosing to punt from the Tiger 44. Davis puts his foot into it. That one's going to bounce at the 15 and take a left turn, and Fruita's going to down it there. So Fruita punts it away on 4th down, and they lean on their defense now. The Tigers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 15, up 21-14, just underway here in the fourth quarter. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost at Stoker Stadium for the black and blue game between Fruita and Grand Junction.
Big opportunity for both teams right here. You know, Junction with the ball and got a chance to take the lead, and Fruita's pinned them deep and maybe get a turnover here or a quick 3 and out and get the ball back in good field position. So key drive for both teams.
Fruita Monument picked up 5 first downs in the quarter, but just the 1 touchdown. Applegate hands that one to Martinez, who gets out near the 20-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 on first down for the Tigers.
Again, if they can establish the run and get the run going here and run some time off the clock, right now that's the run game's their best friend.
2nd down and 5, and they're taking plenty of time here. Turn and hand that one to Martinez. He turns left and then comes up the field. Gets out, spun outside the 25 to the 26. Another late flag. That'll be a first down for the Tigers, just their 2nd of the half. Penalty as it stands right now. Tom Moats. It's going to be a dead ball, personal foul on Fruita Monument. That'll be their 3rd personal foul defensively for the Wildcats. They have committed 4 penalties for 50 yards just defensively tonight.
Yeah, that just kills you.
First down for the Tigers, now out their own 41-yard line. This opens up the playbook significantly for Landon McKee and the Tigers. Will Applegate's going to keep it. First time we've really seen him call his own number tonight. Can't find any space as Ellis in pursuit. Damian Hoover and Tatum Williams also helping to drop Will Applegate for no gain.
Yeah, he's run a few times, but it's been on a scramble, drop back to pass, or whatever. This is the first time they've tried to run that quarterback power, and, man, Fruita was right there ready for it.
2nd down and 10, no gain for Will Applegate. Wildcats getting the signals from the near sideline. Tigers split 3 wide receivers. They turn and pitch it to Martinez. That's Noah Watkins. He's going to be dropped for a loss. Tatum Williams grabbed a foot and hung on for dear life. That'll be a loss of 3 and put the Tigers in 3rd down and long.
Great job fighting across the block, got held right there even, and to make the play a one-on-one and had the offensive lineman hanging on him. It was a great play by the Wildcat defense.
The way that developed, I thought maybe Noah Watkins was going to try to throw that, but he didn't have enough space as Tatum Williams came and gobbled him up for the tackle. 3rd down and 13 from their own 38 for the Tigers. 2 wide receivers near side, Pruitt and Anderson. 2 backs. Anderson fakes the pitch, looking for the screen to Marsh. Can't track anybody down. Now Anderson is just pushing kids out of the way. He picks up the first down, gets into Wildcat territory. He picks up 17 yards, just weaving his way through the Tiger defense, pushing people out of the way. That's a first down for the Grand Junction Tigers as Will Applegate just makes something happen on his own.
Yeah, again, Fruita did a great job protecting the screen pass. They had it read, had it sniffed out, and looked like they had Applegate dead to rights in the backfield, and big, strong kid just put his head down and made something happen and picked up the first down.
Harris back in the game after getting injured last drive, but he is hobbling significantly coming out of the huddle. We see that left leg taped up, or left ankle anyway. Applegate turns and hands that one to Martinez with a little space to the left side, and Phillips is going to drop him, or actually that'll be Landon Phillips with Damian Hoover helping. A penalty behind the play. And this one may be on the Tigers holding. That's in the area it is. The 10-yard gain for Matthias Martinez as it stands right now.
Tigers did a great job of setting the edge and might have did too good a job of setting the edge with a holding on the outside there to let them get the corner.
It'll be a 10-yard penalty for the Tigers. Just their 2nd offensive penalty and first since the first quarter. But that pushes them back into their own territory, and it'll be first down and 17 from their own 47.
The clock keeps running here. Again, that's the Tigers' best friend right now. Keep that clock running.
Split Pruitt far to the near side. Trios to the top of the formation. Now they shift them all over. Marsh, Martinez, and Anderson now bunched to the near side. Pistol formation. Applegate hands that one or keeps it. Throws it out to Martinez on the near side. Phillips meets him there head on and then drops him to the turf. A great open field tackle by Landon Phillips. He has not had a great game disciplinary-wise as he's been penalized a couple of times, but he makes a nice play there to keep it for minimal gain on the swing pass out there to Isaac Martinez. They get some of the penalty yardage back. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 45-yard line.
Yeah, you don't see this, but a great pick. It was an offensive pick by number 4 for Mason Anderson for Junction. He did a good job. It looked like he was running around, but he picked the defender off, and that's what had him wide open.
Anderson split to the top of the formation. Pruitt in the slot. Man in motion for the Tigers. That is Salazar. And they hand it right up the middle, and nothing doing there for Matthias Martinez. He gains a yard to the 44-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 8. Fruita Monument one play away from getting the ball back with 7:05 and counting left to go here in the 4th on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard.
So, again, a similar situation with 3rd and long, and Applegate made the big play for the Tigers, and again, Fruita did a great job of sniffing out the screen pass and had it covered, and Applegate just was a better athlete on that play. So, big 3rd down here, important to get off the field if you're the Wildcats.
Junction up 21-14, and they're going to let this play clock run down and call a timeout just with the body language. That is indeed the case, and we'll take it with them. 6:36 left to go. The Tigers lead the Wildcats in the black and blue game 21-14. This is Western Colorado High School football on the Team Sports Network, presented by Ken Richards State Farm Insurance. Call Ken for a quote at 243-1000.
A cancer diagnosis is something no one wants to receive. Community Hospital proudly offers the most comprehensive medical and radiation oncology treatment in the Grand Valley, based on thorough research and specialized cancer expertise close to home. With access to clinical trials, genetic counseling, and collaboration with national and regional cancer specialists, patients have more options for cancer treatment than ever before. Don't trust your cancer care to just anyone. If cancer is impacting your life, contact Grand Valley Oncology today at 644-3180.
1340 KTMF Grand Junction, 101.1 FM K266CE Grand Junction, 102.1 FM K271AE Grand Junction Delta.
6:36 left to go at Stoker Stadium, and it's a good one between the Tigers and the Wildcats. 21-14, Fruita Monument leading or trailing the Grand Junction Tigers on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard. The last time this contest was a one-score game was a 2014 win for the Tigers. Their last win, they won 58-45. Actually, take that back. That's not a one-score game. 2012, the last time it was decided by less than a touchdown. Applegate drops straight back on 3rd and 8. Pump fake, doesn't have it. He's got some space to run to his left, but the Wildcats pursue, and Max Unrein slows him up, and Bodie Miller comes and puts the clamps on Will Applegate. Will picks up 2 yards and brings up 4th down and 6. And now it's decision time for the Tigers.
And again, he was looking for Marsh right over the middle of the field, but Fruita linebackers did a good job of staying in their zone and staying home, but he was looking for Marsh over the middle of the field again.
And they'll bring in Rylan Mulvey to punt. Remember that they did a fake that was called back on a penalty early in the game. We have a score update from Montrose. Redhawks picking off the Central Warriors and taking it back to the house. It's 50-6 and a running clock. Mulvey, low snap, can't fake this one, has to boot it away. Phillips is going to call for a late fair catch at the 6-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will take over at their own 6. 5:34 left to go. Fruita Monument down a touchdown, 3 timeouts and 94 yards to go to tie this game up.
Yeah, I mean, you got to eliminate the mistakes here with the penalties and the turnovers and all that stuff. That's what's kind of hurt Fruita in the second half. If they're going to get a chance to tie this, they got to be clean and put everything together and do like they did that first drive right coming out of half.
No Applegate defensively for the Tigers. Rowell under center. Turns, fakes, rolls out to the near sideline, sets his shoulders, and just leads Chris Bennett a little bit too much. They can't connect there, and that'll bring up second down. Interesting call for the Wildcats in that situation?
I don't know. It's just keep them honest a little bit. We said that they had to kind of do something to keep them off balance, but it's probably not their strength. But and again, I was always a fan of rolling out to the right because you're right-handed quarterback. It's easier to throw that ball, but maybe they saw something. But again, nobody over the center here.
Turned and handed on the veer, and diving forward is Trujillo out to the 11-yard line, almost the 12, so that'll be a gain of 6 and bring up 3rd down and 4, a manageable distance for the Wildcats. And they run that one up the middle. Trujillo again, and he gets that one outside the 16 to the 17, and that's a first down for Fruita Monument.
And, in the past, they've worn teams down to where they can break one late in the game and big, but, Junction, pretty good shape. And, again, they're platooning guys up front, so they're fresh bodies and not having to – and I think that's what Fruit has done in the past. They've really wore teams down, but Junction hasn't worn down at all yet.
Grand Junction also with 5 defensive backs as well. Rowell under center, drops straight back, looks to the far sideline, has Weddle in stride, he hauls it in, Carson Weddle at midfield. Great coverage on the play by Jacob Siegfried, but an even more great throw by Cooper Rowell as that gets them out of their own end into the Tigers' end of the field at the 45. What a tremendous throw by Cooper Rowell. Right back to the line of scrimmage, Wildcats, and Chris Bennett's going to be stopped for no gain.
Go
gain of 2.
They didn't even have the chain set, so I don't know. I mean, they snapped the ball before the chains were even set, so.
They're in a little better shape than some of the chain gang out there.
Orange screw leg.
High formation behind Rowell. Cooper turns, hands it to the deep back. That is Bennett. Chris Bennett stutter steps, gets around a defender inside the 35 to the 34, actually right at the 35, but that's a first down for the Wildcats. And now Fruita's offense is cooking. Now they have to get to the point to where you don't want to go score too fast if you're going to do it.
I don't know if there's such a thing as scoring too fast. Just get the ball.
Fair point.
We need
Especially
to score.
Down a touchdown. That's a good point. Full house backfield behind Rowell. Cooper turns, hands it to the deep back. I believe that was Heath Shaneman. Or no, that's Tavian Trujillo. He gets 3 to the 32-yard line. That's true. I believe Cameron Ross. You know what? Just score. We'll worry about the time afterwards. That's a good point. 3:20 and rolling. The big thing is they got to score either way. The injured center from earlier, Braden Searsma, is indeed back in. Full house backfield. They pitch it to Bennett. Bennett slices through the line of scrimmage down to the 26-yard line. Brings up a 3rd and 1.
Did a good job of catching the ball, securing the catch, and then putting the shoulder down and running with some power behind those pads.
Look how he had the old PlayStation X button. Turn and hand that one off, and Trujillo has plenty of room. And there is a face mask coming in as flags come in from all corners of the field. I think our side judge almost fell over throwing that flag. As he uncorked it and got it caught in the breeze. That one is pretty obvious, and that'll be half the distance to the goal inside the Western Slope Auto red zone already.
And I think what we talked about earlier was with Junction being in pretty good shape, they're starting to get wore down on that front defensive line, hands on the hips right now, and Fruit is really enforcing their will on the front offensive line.
I think Trujillo was on the second level in a flash. And they're only going to call it the 5-yard variety. But either way, that is a 1st and 10 from the 11, and Landon McKee calls his second timeout.
Yeah, he's got to rally the troops here a little bit and get the wind back in the sails and and try to force a little break in the action because Fruta right now is rolling offensively.
We'll go ahead and just keep it right here. Coming up after the game, we'll send Chuck down to the field. He will take the black and blue trophy with him, present it to the winning team and our player of the game and our victorious head coach. Wildcats trying to win it for the 9th straight year, the black and blue game, and retain the trophy. Tigers trying to claim the trophy for the first time and win the black and blue game for the first time in a decade.
Well, I think we knew this was going to be a good game coming in. Both teams are pretty evenly matched and in different situations than they've been in the past, and it's really been a fun game, and it's been a little sloppy at times, but boy, both teams have put it out there.
Tremendous game and a great atmosphere here at Stoker Stadium. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Tiger 11. Rowell under center. Misdirection, rolls out to the near side. He's got a man. That is Bennett. Finds him. Chris into the end zone for a touchdown. And Fruta Monument is a PAT away from tying this game up. An 11-yard touchdown pass from Cooper Rowell to Chris Bennett, and Rowell is slow getting up. That looks like that may be a cramp, the way they're holding the leg up. But with 2:37 left, Fruta Monument has found their way back into the end zone. Chris Bennett, 2 TDs tonight, putting himself in player of the game consideration.
We do have a flag in the end zone, and I'm not sure what the flag is.
Don't know what that flag is going to be. They're talking with Cam Ross instead of Landon McKee, so well, they're talking with Landon over there as well. That may be a celebration penalty.
Well, I'll tell you what,
for Fruta Monument, if you hope it's a celebration penalty.
If that's the case, that's going to back you up, and that's going to make that PAT, very important PAT, even more difficult.
Take that back. That was not Cooper Rowell. That was Damian Hoover.
So we do have unsportsmanlike conduct on Fruta
Monument, and those 15-yard penalties have been killers for the Wildcats. That is their 4th big penalty of the night.
But great play, misdirection, bootleg, rolling into the right, easy throw to the running back out of the backfield.
Huge PAT for Corbin Davis from 35 yards. Snap is high. Kick is down. Is it going to get there? It gets over the crossbar, and Corbin Davis ties it up. The penalty does not come back to haunt the Wildcats. It's 21 apiece with 2:37 left. Don't go anywhere. The black and blue game is just getting started here at Stoker Stadium. We'll be back with more Western Colorado High School football on the Team Sports Network, presented by Ken Richards, State Farm Insurance.
Do you have rental properties? Are you tired of having to be the owner and manager? You don't have to anymore with help from Skyrun Rentals. Skyrun Rentals takes the stress out of owning rental properties for good. Let them take care of the scheduling, tenants, and marketing of your rental property. Skyrun will make sure that your property is reaching the highest income potential it can. Visit the Skyrun Rental Professionals at grandjunction.skyrun.com and get a free income evaluation of your property.
grandjunction.skyrun.com, where the sky's the limit.
Pads popping, touchdown scoring. Touchdown! We're your home of high school football. The Team.
Okay. Welcome back to Stoker Stadium. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost. 2:37 left to go here. Fruta Monument, an 11-yard touchdown pass from Cooper Rowell to Chris Bennett. And then Corbin Davis hits a 35-yard PAT to make it 21 apiece.
Yeah, the drive started at their own 6-yard line.
94-yard touchdown drive. Davis gets that kick, and it scoots out of bounds at the 3-yard line, and that's going to be a tough break for Corbin Davis. He had the good idea, just the single return man for the Tigers, but just a little bit too much left spin on that ball there.
Yeah, he about got away with it and just kind of had it trickle down to the 1 or 2 and stop for you, but said took a little left turn right there at the 3, and Junction has pretty good field position now.
So Tigers will start at their own 35-yard line. They have 1 timeout left, 2:37 left to go, but Outside of their 36-yard touchdown run early in the third, they've been stuck in neutral offensively. They have just 3 first downs in the half. The Wildcats, conversely, have 8, or 9 rather. Applegate rolls to the near side, looking down the field, will tuck it, and has to scoot out of bounds. Hot pursuit there by Tatum Williams. And Will Applegate's going to gain maybe 2 yards. That'll get him out to the 37-yard line, and that'll bring up second down. That stops the clock.
Again, as Fruta defensively, you got to keep an eye on where Marsh is because he's been his go-to guy, and put a body on him. And if you can do it, keep Applegate contained in the pocket so he doesn't have that option to run.
Anderson split wide to the left. Pruitt near. Martinez in the slot. Applegate now rolls left, looking, has Martinez on a little out route. Isaac gets near midfield before he's spun out of bounds by Judah Ellis, and that'll be a gain of 20, or 19 rather, and the Tigers are into Wildcat territory with 2:25 left. All knotted up at 21.
And again, good job of getting out of bounds, save your timeouts.
Coming up at the end of the game, we'll send Chuck down to the sidelines with the black and blue trophy to hand it to the winning team. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right, back in the backfield with Applegate. Will's flush to the near sideline, has a man down the field, but he's got a lot of green turf in front of him. Will pulls it down and hustles out of bounds at the 34-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards for Will Applegate. They cleared out. Landon Pruitt had Landon Phillips on him and took him down the field, and there was no one underneath to stop Will Applegate from running as much as he wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking downfield, doing the right things, keeping his eyes downfield, and then you just can't pass up that much green, especially in this tight of a game, and did a good job again of getting out of bounds, preserving the clock, preserving the timeouts.
Now something that begins to become important is the Grand Junction Tigers kicking game. Rylan Mulvey has attempted 1 field goal on the season, and he's missed it. And he missed a PAT earlier in the evening. Tight to the right. Tight side of the formation. They run the option to the far side. Noah Watkins gets the pitch from Applegate, but hauling him down from behind is Luke Ulrey. Very nearly a horse collar tackle, but not going to get the call. And I think that's what Applegate's pleading his case to the official there. All that running for no gain, and it's 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
Yeah, did a good job of stringing it out and making Applegate pitch, and then safety from Fruta doing a great job of running the alley and picking up the back.
2nd and 10 from the 34. Clock at 1:40 and rolling. Tied at 21 apiece. Weber, Anderson, Pruitt to the near side. Tight end is Marsh. Applegate rolls to the near side, pumps, looking, pulls it down, and he's going to be escorted out of bounds. As right there to make sure he goes out is Bodie Miller. And he goes out of bounds at the 36-yard line, and it looks like he's going to lose 2 yards to bring up 3rd and 12. Good job by the Wildcats.
By not hitting him out of bounds late, they've done that a couple times here, so hopefully they'll learn their lesson. But good job defensively, again, not giving him much to throw at. And then when he scrambles, they kind of rallied him in and just forced him out of bounds.
3rd and 12 for the Tigers. Big play here for all involved. Watkins comes in for Matthias Martinez. Anderson, Pruitt, Martinez to the top of the formation. Marsh to the near side. They shade Phillips over the top. Applegate in the shotgun with Watkins. Turns, pump fake, looks, little up route, leading Mason Anderson, and just overthrows him by a yard. Anderson had a step on his defender over there. I believe that was Carson Weddle. No, take that back. That is Weston Sharp. Actually, 3rd try is a charm. Bryson Crabb is the defender over there. and just overshot him by maybe a step.
Yeah, it wasn't by much. Did a great job with the pump fake for the double move. Got him open and just threw a beautiful ball. Just
out.
6 inches
overthrew.
too much, yeah.
That would have been 6 for the Tigers. Now Landon McKee calls his last time out,
although
deciding what to do here.
You would say in this situation, you probably need to lay out for that ball. Give yourself a chance to catch it in this situation, 21-21. Haven't beat Fruta in, 7 years? That's a ball you got to lay out for and try to make a catch for your quarterback.
Mason Anderson's last chance at the Wildcats this year as well as a senior. So Landon McKee calls a timeout to go over the decision here. Tigers now out of timeouts. Fruta with their full complement of 3. 4th and 12 from the Fruta 36.
So do you think about punting here and making Fruta go 96 yards again? Because, I mean, they've only done it once, but they've got 3 timeouts, a minute 19 left. Do you punt the ball here? Because if not, if you don't get it, you're giving Fruta the ball at their 35-yard line. Or do you try to punt here to kick him in deep? And
I think you do because, well, they're gonna attempt a field goal of 53 yards for Rylan Mulvey. Bryson Crabb goes back into the end zone. Isaac Martinez with his right knee down at the 43-yard line. Snap is good. Hold is down. The kick is up, and it is going to fall into the waiting arms of Bryson Crabb, and they will not be able to return that since it was into the end zone. So it's a touchback, and Fruta Monument has a chance. You might as well try to get the points. Worst case scenario, if you get the kick off, is it's going to come out to the 20.
Right.
So there's a chance you could down a punt deep or a fair catch, but there's also a chance of a return or a blocked punt or all sorts of disaster happening. I think that was a good call. You might as well let your kid try to make it. And Fruta Monument will take over at their own 20. 74 seconds left on the clock, tied at 21. See if the Wildcats can get into Corbin Davis's field goal range. 3 wide receivers. Rowell drops straight back, looks over the middle, has a man, and it's caught. But Evan Ambrose not able to run after the catch, but they get out to the 33-yard line for a first down. And we're going to have a timeout by Cameron Ross.
If he gives him a little bit better ball, there's a lot of running room there.
If he's able to lead Evan Ambrose, then there's a lot of space in the middle for the Wildcat tight end to run.
There's probably not a whole lot of 7-on-7 and catching and running done at practice at Fruta. It's more, let's pound the football. And
Evan Ambrose's second catch this season.
And this is the first time this game we've seen him have less than 2 backs in the backfield with having 3 wideouts.
Yeah. So the Wildcats, 68 seconds left. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 33. Corbin Davis has only attempted 2 field goals this year. He's missed them both. Don't know what his range is going to be.
Flag, no wind at all. Flag is just laying right there, so there's no breeze to worry about. Kicking into a wind, kicking with the wind.
3 wide receivers. Weddle, Unrein, Phillips from sideline to near. Rowell under center. Cooper drops back, rolls to his left. Turns his shoulders. Now he's going to have to keep it and get out of bounds. He gets out at the 30. He's going to lose 3 yards. But he's able to get the clock stopped. Takes only 6 seconds. Second down and bring up 2nd down and 13. Tigers, good job on coverage. Boss, Slechter, Chavez, Mulvey, and Siegfried out there defensively for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's almost you now with 2nd and 13, and you don't want to do something stupid here. Do you just play for overtime?
I think you probably get one more shot to 3rd down. Tigers don't have any timeouts, so if you don't get the first down in the next 2 plays, then I'd say you punt it away. I formation. Rowell will now roll to the right. No pressure to speak of. Gets it to Phillips. Landon makes the catch, makes a move, and then loses his footing. Dives out to the 39. It'll bring up third down and manageable. That's third down and 4 for the Wildcats. And Cameron Ross will call his second timeout of the half with 51 seconds left to go. Now it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
You're at third down and a long 4 from your own 39-yard line. Corbin Davis, also your punter, averages 33 yards per punt if you're looking towards a fourth down.
And you got to put the ball, you got to put the ball in the air. You don't want to use your last time out here if you can help it. But again, if it's an incomplete pass or you're going to give Junction the ball back, granted they don't have any timeouts left, but still you
give the better passer the ball.
Crazy things happen to high school football.
51 seconds left, tied at 21. The black and blue trophy on the line. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost. Coming up tonight, we'll put a capper on the football night with Colorado Preps. Fruta breaks the huddle. 3 wide receivers to the near sideline. Rowell under center. He'll roll to the near sideline, getting pursued. He's going to keep it, and he's going to get to the 40 and go out of bounds. He's going to be short of the first down.
41, so you got 2 yards.
So it's for fourth down and 2. Decision time for Cam Ross, and he's talking with Cooper Rowell.
I would punt the ball here, but
let's see what the Wildcats choose to do.
So the clock does stop on the first down.
Martinez is over the center. They turn and hand it to Bennett. Chris Bennett gets the first down out to midfield, and now they're going to have to hustle. Or is Cam Ross going to call the timeout? No, he's going to spike it. Cooper Rowell came over to get the play, and they're going to spike it instead. So Rowell spikes it, and it's second down. So they went for it on fourth down, got the first down. They're at midfield. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. It's just a little bit of inexperience there by Cooper Rowell as he came over to the coach to get the play as opposed to getting under center to spike it.
And that's something that you probably should have said, hey, if we get the first down, we're going to line up and we're going to spike it right away. You talk about that in the huddle before that play.
So now they have 36 seconds to go. They probably need 30 yards to get into Corbin Davis's field goal range. Rowell under center, 3 wide receivers right. Ambrose the tight end. Rolls right, has some blocking, throws it underneath to Phillips. Landon lunges inside the 45 to the 44, a gain of 6, and it'll be third down. See what Fruta does here. 23 seconds. They call it, and they spike it, and now it'll be fourth down. Fourth down and 4 for Fruta Monument. 19 seconds left to go. Do you call your timeout there instead of spiking it to save the down if you were in Coach Ross's shoes there, Chuck?
Probably, because that gives you 2 downs to get the first down. Now you're at one down here. So I would probably use my final timeout there to.
Fourth and 4. 21 apiece. Tigers with 2 safeties deep, 20 yards down the field. 3 Wildcats split out to the left. Weddle, Unrein, and Phillips. Fourth and 4. Rowell fumbles the snap. The ball is on the ground, and no matter who comes up with it, it's going to be Tigers football right around their own 41-yard line. Ball squirted free. But either way, it's a turnover on downs or just a straight-up turnover. And with 13 seconds left to go, the Tigers will have possession at their own 42-yard line. Just another bad snap by the Wildcats on 4th and 4.
Yeah, it's just turnovers and penalties have haunted the Wildcats all day today, but Junction here, 13 seconds left. Get a ball here that you can get to about the 35-yard line, get out of bounds, give you a chance to throw something to the end zone. Hail Mary-wise, I don't know if you tried another field goal after that one was so short.
Yeah. We'll bring out 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right for Will Applegate. Will in the pistol. Rolls to the near side. Quick throw. Isaac Martinez cuts upfield at the 48 and is shoved out of bounds. That'll be a gain of 9 with 9 seconds left to go, or rather a gain of 7 with 9 seconds left to go. And no one has gone anywhere here at Stoker Stadium.
No, we have a good crowd tonight, and they're definitely in the football game.
21 apiece, 9 ticks left. Overtime on the horizon unless Grand Junction can do something here.
Fruiter playing 2 or 3 deep here, keeping everything in front.
3 wide receivers left for Applegate. Will drops straight back, looking, being chased from behind. Tatum Williams will stuff him into the carpet, and that will be the final play of regulation, and we're going to go to overtime. We'll take a 60-second break and be back with free football. This is the Black and Blue game, Western Colorado High School football on the Team Sports Network, presented by Ken Richards. State Farm Insurance. Get a quote from Ken by calling 243-1000.
Do you have electrical issues? No problem, because Barnes Electric is on the job for you. Whether it's wiring a new addition to your house, improving the wiring in your home like they did for me, or upgrading your business, call the professionals of Barnes Electric at 242-6473. Barnes Electric's a proud sponsor of high school youth and Colorado Nice Sports in the Grand Valley, and they want to wish the best of luck to all of our dedicated student athletes. Barnes Electric, 2811 Riverside Parkway in Grand Junction. Give them a call, 242-6473.
Uh-oh, it's that time again. The hardest decision in the history of decisions. Where to go to eat. The old you spent hours searching, but the new you doesn't worry anymore. Bravo Pizza has you covered. Bravo Pizza gets you a large slice and a fountain drink for only $6. That's a deal that keeps your stomach and your wallet full. The new you doesn't worry. It heads over to Bravo Pizza on 10th and North across from Furniture Row, or goes online at bravopizza970.com. Eating pizza? Bravo.
This is Western Slope High School football on the Team.
Welcome back to Stoker Stadium. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost, and it's getting a little difficult to hear ourselves up here in the press box with the crowd beneath us of Fruita Monument faithful and Grand Junction across the way. And Chuck, we've talked about it a couple times. Coming into this game up here in the press box, we had really no idea what was going to happen here between the Tigers and the Wildcats this year. The last maybe 15 years, we've had a pretty good idea of how this game was going to go. Well, we went through 48 minutes of football, and we still have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great game, a really competitive game, and both teams are really into it. It's been fun to watch and fun to call, but, yeah, I mean, in the past, Fruita's been such a better team, and this year Junction's much improved, and Fruita's maybe, I don't want to say down, but not as talented as they've been the last couple of years, but what a fun game.
Fruita Monument scored first to make it 7-0. Grand Junction rattled off 3 straight touchdowns to lead 21-7 in the third, and Fruita scored twice since. And we're tied at 21, and here come the captains. For the Grand Junction Tigers, it's going to be Austin Music, Will Applegate, Dalton Dimmick, and Isaac Baca. For the Wildcats, it's Landon Phillips, Jackson Vertez, Sean Franzen, and Benjamin Romero. Feels like we just did this a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
Each team will get alternating possessions. Is it from the 10 in high school football, or is it all the way back to the 25? I seem to remember the 10. But I don't know if that's the case.
I can't remember. I want to say 15, but I'm not sure. It might be the 10.
We have a final from Montrose. The Red Hawks beating Central 50-14. And Fruita Monument will attack first in the north end zone. Don't believe that means they won the toss. I believe Grand Junction won and deferred to play defense first.
Yeah, so when in overtime, you want to be on defense first. So
you know what you need to get.
Yeah, so I'm sure they won the toss and they went defense first. Probably both coaches in the huddle said, hey, this is what we're going to do.
Yep.
So make sure we're all on the same page.
After the Jerome Bettis Thanksgiving thing years and years ago, you tell your guys before they even go out there, here's what we're calling, and here's what we're doing.
So the ball is on the 10-yard line.
So it'll be first and goal for the Wildcats from the 10 in the north end zone. Wildcats 2 second-half turnovers, but 2 second-half touchdowns, and it's 21 apiece.
And I believe each team does get a timeout back in the overtime period.
Just interesting things you notice. Every Fruita Monument Wildcat football player is down on the far sideline except one. The sophomore, Caleb Franzen, the long snapper, is practicing his long snap into the net, just in case it comes down to him. All right, Wildcats break the huddle. I formation, Trujillo, the fullback, Bennett, the I back. Turned and handed to Chris. He goes right over the right side and spins forward for a gain of 3. Second down from the 7. Don't have to worry about the clock. Don't really have to worry about much of anything outside of just doing your job. Split backs. Unrein split wide right. Rowell keeps it, and he gets popped by Mulvey, but leans forward for a yard, maybe 2. That'll bring up third down from the 5.
And this is where Fruita should just lean on their offensive line. They've been getting good push all night long and just keep doing what they're doing. Again, down here, nobody's over the center. So that quarterback sneaks wide open, but I'm surprised they didn't go to it on first down.
Do feel Junction has pinched their defensive line a little tighter. Well, now not on this play as soon as I say that. Center is open. Rowell under center. Little misdirection. Now Cooper is rolling right, has a man in the end zone, and it's going to be dropped in the back of the end zone. Just a little bit led too far for Tavian Trujillo, and it'll bring up fourth down. They had him if they could just have made the connection. Trujillo had a little bit of space. Siegfried was furiously trying to chase him down, just wasn't able to get there. The throw was wide.
And we do have a penalty on the penalty on the play. We have an illegal man downfield, and pretty sure Junction's going to decline this to bring up fourth down. But so even if they would have got the touchdown pass, it'd probably been called back on a penalty.
So Fruita moves the huddle back.
But again, that's a tough pass. Rolling out to your left, having to square the shoulders and make a touch pass there, that's tough to do.
And they're talking it over.
Oh, they're going to move him back.
They're going to move him back and give him the extra down. So the roll of the dice by Landon McKee on accepting the penalty. It is a 10-yard penalty, so.
No, 5 yards.
Oh, I was going to say Junction thought it was a 10, so I thought it was a 10.
Yeah.
All right, out to the 11-yard line. It's third and goal for the Wildcats.
Yeah, no first downs. No, you gotta
score.
You get half of it here and try to go for it on fourth down, or do you get half of it here and then try to kick a field goal because then at least you have a lead going in.
Cam Ross has called his timeout, and he's going to want a little bit more time to talk it over to see what the Wildcats are going to do.
And again, they've had good success when they've rolled Rowell out to the right. because that's an easier throw. The couple times they've struggled, they've rolled him out to the left, and by the time you square your shoulders and everything, that's a tough play. So
it's a lot of moving parts going to your left.
Yeah, if they're going to bootleg here, now again, you're bootlegging to the short side of the field, but still gives you a little bit better success, I think, as a quarterback to roll out to your right.
So we're in overtime here at Stoker Stadium. Rio Van Gilder along with Chuck Yost, 21 apiece for the Monument and Grand Junction. Coming up when we're done here, we'll send you back to the team sports desk. Nate Andrews will put a capper on our doubleheader tonight and send you to Kevin Schaefer in the Colorado Prep Scoreboard Show. Usually we try to get to that at 9:30, but we still have undecided things to decide here. Third and goal from the 11 for the Wildcats. 2 wide receivers left, I formation behind roll. Near hash. Cooper drops straight back. Rowell looks, has Bennett on the near sideline. Chris catches it, gets into the end zone. That's an 11-yard touchdown pass, the second pass of such distance from Cooper Rowell to Chris Bennett. The first tied the game. The second gives the Wildcats a 27-21 lead on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard.
And nothing fancy, no play action, no nothing. Just drop straight back and send the back right up the sideline, and just Junction couldn't get there in time.
Bennett was wide open on the near sideline as well. Now Davis will put down a very important PAT. The kick is no good. That one, I don't know if that was blocked, but it was just flubbed by Corbin Davis, and it is no good.
So our center down here that was working, snap was a little low, and I think the holder couldn't get it on the tee, and he just tried to do the best he could. But, yeah, I don't think the snap was great, and he had a hard time getting the ball on the tee.
27-21 now. Grand Junction will go on offense. We'll keep it right here. So an 11-yard touchdown pass from Cooper Rowell to Chris Bennett. His third touchdown catch of the season has the Wildcats in front in the black and blue game. Now Grand Junction with a chance to answer. Applegate comes out in the pistol. 2 wide receivers left, 2 tight ends right. Back behind him is Martinez. Turns, fakes, throws, man wide open in the end zone. That is a touchdown. And there's a flag for the on the play. Touchdown Grand Junction. It looks like that was
to Marsh.
Was that Drew Marsh again? So we'll see what the flag is now.
We're going to have an illegal man downfield again.
And an illegal man downfield on the Grand Junction Tigers wipes the game-tying touchdown off the board. But it's going to be first and goal from the 15. They lost Drew Marsh for the third time tonight.
And I think it was the same play that they scored down here earlier, because he was wide open right over the middle of the field. Just little play action and sneak the tight end right up the seam, and he was wide open.
So it'll be first and goal from the 15. Wonder if they now just put a spy on Drew Marsh.
Oh, I mean, he's been his go-to guy. So, I mean, when it's on the goal line like this, I don't know how you could lose track of him.
He just kind of slides towards the middle of the field and then cuts back towards whichever side of the line he was lined up on, and he's been open every time. He's now to the left, same formation, only flipped. Applegate in the shotgun, Martinez with him, Anderson and Pruitt to the right. Drops back, looks to the near side, pump fake, rolling, looking, has to tuck it down, run towards the middle of the field. He's going to be dropped there by, I believe that was Damian Hoover. He gets to the 14, so it's second down.
Well, Marsh wasn't going anywhere that time because they grabbed him and almost tackled him about 5 yards down the line.
If you don't get caught, it doesn't count as keeping.
Exactly, but yeah, they had him covered and then some on that play.
It was covered and smothered like a Waffle House hash brown. Second down and goal from the 14. Tigers need the touchdown. Fruita Monument scored and missed the PAT. Three wide receivers bunched to the top of the formation. Weber, Anderson, and Marsh. Applegate drops back. Man coming at him is Ulrey. Throws it to the near sideline, low. And it'll be third down, Matt, as Luke Ulrey was unopposed right in Applegate's kitchen. And he threw it short to his intended receiver.
Yeah, did a good job getting pressure on him and brought the delayed blitz, and nobody picked it up, and then a little pressure from the outside, and Fruta doing a good job disguising coverage right now and getting pressured on Applegate.
Now it's third down. Immediately after the game, we'll send Chuck down to the field with the black and blue trophy to talk with our player of the game and the victorious head coach, whichever side that may be. Weber, Marsh, Anderson to the top of the formation. Pruitt to the quarterback's right. Applegate under center. They'll roll him out to the near side. Will looking. He's going to be past the line of scrimmage as he throws into the end zone. Incomplete, and it'll be fourth down. They must have had him just right at the line of scrimmage. It looked like he was past it, but it's going to be fourth down, and Landon McKee is going to call his timeout. We'll go ahead and just keep it right here. Again, putting pressure on Applegate. They actually had him roll on the bootleg to the near side. Just couldn't get free, was anybody downfield for the Tigers.
Yeah, Fruta did a great job. And then again, to be a legal forward pass, the whole entire body has to be across that line of scrimmage.
Okay.
So if he had even a half a foot back there, we're still good. But I don't know. I think Applegate's a good enough passer. I think if you roll him out, you're taking away half the field from him. Fruta maybe not as good in their passing game, so it's easier to roll. And plus, Applegate's taller and bigger. He can see the whole field, while Rao's not quite as tall and big. So I don't know if you roll him out as much. But you do give him the run-pass option if you put him on the edge. But with 20 yards to go, that run-pass option's not probably there. It's more just let's get the ball in the end zone.
Fourth down and goal from the 14. Tigers need it. First overtime session. Fruta Monument up 27-21 on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard. Wildcats on the sideline imploring the crowd below to come alive. Tigers making noise across the way. The Tigers seem to be out of sorts. They had guys coming onto the field late. Applegate throws into the end zone. Jump ball. Flag. Ball is caught and pushed out of bounds. We'll see what the flag is. Might be pass interference on the Wildcats.
Yeah, Fruta's clapping down there.
But I think they're...
No.
I don't know what the deal is.
Klein, touchdown.
Pass interference, touchdown to Isaac Martinez.
Beautiful ball. Throws into double coverage. Still makes a great catch. Why he's getting interfered with.
So now it comes down to Rylan Mulvey and the PAT. We've seen him miss one already. The Tigers had coaches and players running on the field at the end of that play. They may have scored that touchdown with only 10 guys. So here's the PAT attempt for the win for the Tigers. Mulvey puts his foot into it. It's through, but there is a flag on the play. So Tigers are going to have to hold off on the celebration.
I'm guessing they covered up the center on the PAT.
That's where the flag is.
Well, Fruta's pointing there again, but I don't know. They were pointing earlier, and it was offensive.
I think Fruta may be hoping.
Yeah.
So the Tigers meeting with Tom Moats, the official. This is a huge call. We have a Tigers assistant almost near the hash. Cam Ross is almost near the numbers on the near side.
And usually you don't let the players around the officials while they're talking that much. Usually somebody's trying to get them back out of the way.
No celebration from either side. They're going to wave off the flag. The PAT is good, and the Tigers, for the first time in 9 years, have won the black and blue game against the Fruita Monument Wildcats. Grand Junction Tigers win 28-27 on the Carville's Auto Mart scoreboard, and they beat Fruita Monument for the first time since 2014, an instant classic here at Stoker Stadium. Chuck Yost is going to go down on the field. He's going to talk with our player of the game, Will Applegate, and the victorious head coach, Landon McKee. The postgame show is next. Grand Junction beats Fruita Monument 28-27 in overtime here at Stoker Stadium. This has been Western Colorado High School football on the Team Sports Network, presented by Ken Richards, State Farm Insurance. Call Ken for a quote at 243-1000.